Very quiet, but audible. That's fine, that's how I like it. If anything, I can probably still take it down. Nice early matchup. There's 2 taunts or 3? I was looking away. You might be all taunted up. I did very little. That situation is difficult, but not a punish, usually. See how he got hit really high up? You return to a normal jump state if you fall far enough. So like if you parry a really deep air attack, the opponent might be able to land before your button hits them. But if you parry a really early jump attack, the opponent can return to a normal jump state before they land and will not have the 2 punishable frames of landing. So early air parries don't often lead to a grounded punish, which I think was deliberate. Makes the scenario less match deciding. A grounded punish is a pretty big deal, and an anti-air parry is not hard to get. Ooh, that was nice. Or I can do that with a forward dash, but not with a forward walk. Ah, random dash punches are not good in this matchup and a couple others. Hi. That back strong doing work it's normally not that great of an anti-air, to be honest. You're not even first. Ludwig Moons? That sounds like a Mario World name. It's tricky. You can see the Q is having trouble finding an opening. That jump fierce normally sets up a taunt. He didn't bite right away, but to be honest, like, even if you taunt there, I bet that... Ooh, was that even confirmed? That's gonna win. I was gonna say, even if you, like, do jump fierce into taunt, I wouldn't be surprised if 12 could EX Needle you. EX Needle is actually quite unique because it literally just like goes full screen. There aren't that many moves in this game that do that. That'll just hit anywhere. And the ones that do are usually tracking, so you have to like still reach the opponent. Like if Alex EX stomps you, he still has to like go all the way towards you. So if you're going full screen, it's pretty slow. Same with Oro EX stomp. EX Needle's the same speed regardless of where the enemy is. And it's not super slow. Your actual name is Ludwig? What the fuck is that? Is that German? Or do you have to be born to be named Ludwig? Ooh. Sadly, that punish wasn't horrible. The max damage punish would have been probably hard axe. It's so stupid to say that, but that's like really how it is. Nice, good confirm. Coming out of air light normals is kind of hard. That was super clean. He got a very nice connect. See that? He can whiff the jump hard kick to land next to you and throw you. But he can also just keep on flying and then your throw whiff looks hella stupid. And then he hits you. It's actually surprisingly tricky to figure out what to do if a 12 is gliding at you. But of course if he's gliding he can't anti-air. Or not anti-air, he can't parry. So anti-airs are guaranteed on him. That comboed. But of course, anti-airs were not evenly distributed in this game. Some characters have really good ones and some characters have really bad ones. The universal systems are better than most of the actual anti-airs. Or the universal systems keep it balanced. Anti-air is not like a huge tier maker, if you know what I mean. Having a good anti-air or not matters very little in the ultimate tier placement of your character. For example, 12's anti-air is actually quite good. Yeah, Chun-Li's are quite bad. It's because anti-air parry and jump parry are like the best options, I guess. Or not even necessarily the best options, since obviously blocking is quite strong as well as an anti-air. Ooh. That was super weird. He got to the part of the cold blue kick that was unthrowable. That's a weird cold blue kick to do. Chun-Li's best anti-air hope is to meet you midair. If she's not running Super 1, that is. And her air-to-airs are quite good. They're pretty good. They're rewarding anyway. You got the fierce. You got the air down towards fierce into stuff. You got the stomp into air down towards fierce. In terms of hitboxes, they're pretty standard. If on the slightly good end. Oh. I missed the first 2 hits. Retro. Jump jab. That's active for its whole duration, right? Or was that jump strong? I think they have the same animation. Hazanshu and SF4 can go over throw techs and crutch techs. It's like not a super great overhead as they go because it's kind of reactable. It can be used as an overhead. It's generally pretty safe, although most characters can actually focus it on reaction, dash in, and hit Chun-Li before she recovers. And technically it's possible to actually grab her out of the Hazanshu. Right before it hits, you can throw. Although it's quite hard to do. Oh, what was that? Flash kick? In particular, the medium Hazanshu was actually, I think, +3 in Street Fighter 4, which meant that Chun-Li could link a low short. Or maybe it was +4, and she could link a low short after any of them, but it was easier after medium. I don't remember. Ooh, that's gonna hit. It didn't hit! He must have been late on his cancel. Normally, if you get a air reset normal into Remi Super 2, wow, nice. Into Remi Super 2, it's fast enough to hit in time. Whoa, what a mess! It's like a 2-frame super. So like stuff like low strong into Super 2 hits properly. Omega EX Hazanshu is more of a combo tool. You can use it in some kind of surprising places. But the links after her, that's gonna dizzy. Or kill. The links after Hazanshu and Omega are extremely easy because of the input buffer. So they nerfed it a little bit to compensate for that. Oh, what a bad punish. Block a dash punch and get low forward. It's possible to get walk in close strong there. That's the frame. I don't even go for that most of the time. And when I do, I usually miss it. It's not super hard. It's hard enough that I fuck it up. Close forward works without any movement because it's got a bigger range than close strong. Whoa. There's no standard range in this game for close normal versus far normal. It's programmed into each individual normal. That's over. No, it's not. Oro could very easily win this, actually. There it is. Is that how you pronounce that? Emo Don Shaku. Is that what you referring to the Oro's name? Is Don a reading for the male kanji? I feel like it is, but I don't remember. And that's the only kanji I recognize. Cool. Oh, he missed the second DP. It's easy on Makoto.
これはキャラ差です。はい。しゃがみ中パンチされると、誠側はやることがありません。
Nice DP. It actually wasn't. He lost the trade. Good confirm. That's that tricky. That one wasn't tricky in terms of mix-ups, but it was hard to do anything but block. Because of the late cross-up. It's only a teeny tiny... Oh! Was that failed EX, or did he actually want the meterless? Usually people go for the EX there. Nice cross-up parry. Those are hard to do. The skills, I think, with EX. It didn't. It was wrong. Makoto's quite scary when she wants to chip you, because of that. You don't know when she's going to release and it's unreactable. Supposedly, yeah. I'll ask Sky first, and if yes, then I'll go. Cool. Ooh, double? Yep, there it is. That looked like a Kara. I don't think you need the Kara there. It might make it more consistent. Or maybe you do need the Kara, because that's a very far out range for that. I don't know the range after crouch, light kick, light punch, uppercut. Because that looks like it's going to be near max range DP. Yeah, I've only seen a few fully charged dash punches in all the time I've ever played this game. You just don't really get the opportunity. Ooh, the parry, but he was doing OS parry into throw, so he'd already thrown. What a mess, what a mess! He blocked a light DP and did step kick. That's bad. Ooh, very cool. The air parry on the way up. Ooh, that range. How are they not done? Oh my god. The failed punish into the whiff punish. Both going for parry, maybe? When two people jump at each other, the air parry window is actually very small. It's only 4 frames. So if you parry and they don't attack right away, for example, if they parried, if they attack a little late, your parry won't work. It's a very random situation. But of course, 2 characters jumping at each other is a pretty random situation in every Street Fighter. Whoa, that was actually a punish. EX Tatsu on the ground. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember. I think that Ken might be able to super punish that. He can super punish the hard one, and the light and the medium. I don't know about EX. I wonder how wide the second impact stages are. Because that does affect, I guess, balance? The stages in Third Strike are different widths. This is the widest stage in the game. Whoa. I don't know if the stage width is variable in second impact. That was low forward into low parry, you see that? By the white Ken, Shibuya. Oh, commit to something right then. Cool DP. Wider stages are good for SA2 Oro and bad for SA3 Oro. Kind of awkward jumping. There's no quick stand in Green Ken. Kunta looked a little baffled. Yeah, Yeah, I'm winning money at Wednesday night fights. It's not a lot. If it wasn't free entry, there'd probably be a bigger pot bonus. Cool, there it is. That's what I was talking about earlier. Air parry into EX Tatsu. His angle was better there, though. Blocked the first hit, so there was no confirm. He might have gone for a red parry on the second one. Looked like light. Yeah, look at that. It's a very difficult parry. The opening couple parries are really hard, but then the rest of the parries are not. But usually people will fail to parry the opening parries, and that'll be that. The timing is very hard to know because it'll be different parry timing based on how far away Ken is from you. Sometimes you'll parry a Hadoken hit with the same parry as a Shippu hit. If they're like hitting on the same frame, and sometimes they'll be alternating. It'll be like da 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 versus like da 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 da. And it's not random. It's just based on how far away Ken is. Because the Shippu speed is fairly constant, but the Hadoken will take longer to hit you if it's traveling farther. Someone out there can do that parry reliably, I'm sure. They've labbed all the lengths that Ken can be, where it's still a good option. Actually a pretty good punish. Corner position was nice. Yeah, they're like one of the guys from the TO is like putting in $40 out of his own pocket. It's like I'm getting paid to show up, really. All I have to do is win. It's kind of scary when I'm there. But, you know, when I'm actually in the match, it's going pretty well most of the time. Whoa, this footage. He's enjoying it from what I can tell. If they were doing a little bit more to raise awareness of the Twitch and the YouTube, that'd be great. Oh, yikes. Oh no. He didn't even stand strong first. That would have killed if he did the right punish. He took it super safe. Alex stand strong probably isn't that fast. I don't know how tight of a punish it is. That was a punish. He could have EX dropped there. Stand strong is really good in this matchup because it's Alex's only cancel that doesn't. It's his only cancel that doesn't. Ooh, got him. Cool juggle. Oh, some of a cool juggle. Alex's only cancel is not range based. I mean, technically the light almost cancel at any range, but Alex's light cancels are useless. So stand strong can catch a Makoto dashing in, and he can OS a EX chop inside it, for example. That's quite useful. Towards strong is also a very nice poke in this matchup, from what I've heard. That being said, he's dead. Nice little combo. If it's me, I juggle towards short there. This Makoto backs up. I don't recognize that name. Akahoshi. No, I was going to hit Makoto. It didn't? I thought it was. Makoto's got no invincibility there. But the hitbox just never hit her. That was a towards strong, I think. No, wait, you're talking about after the dash punch? Whoa. I don't know the matchups where Makoto gets Stand Fierce into, Oh, good confirm. This kills? No, Makoto health. Oh my god. Oh my god.
お互い
This is
EX が
fucking
なくなった。
Alex. Oh no. Oh, that's it. Overextended just a bit. Thought he was getting chipped.
マジかよ。
Good shit.
はい。さあ続いて
Takahashi.
スープリ
Very
は
common Japanese
高
name.
橋さんですが、9の高橋さんと思いきや9号の高橋さんでした。
今日は9ではなくて9号
本当
での登録でした。
でも高橋さん9にしろ9号にしろ、
はい、
両方とも同じぐらいの
I've heard Alex is quite strong here. I don't know if I believe it.
かなり強いですよ。
はい、
さあだけど
Ooh. Ooh. I've been hit by that. It's such a silly sequence.
1P
Back fierce on hit into immediate EX slash elbow.
相当ボッコボコだった今。これやばい。
It's very tempting to do something once you eat a back fierce.
はい、
That'll beat most things you do. Oh.
さあ
Heavy chop
これ
hit.
は
Probably Hugo was parrying on the way down,
うわ
but then he landed in time. He was anticipating like a light chop or something, or just an anti-air of any kind. Stand strong. This Alex is killing it.
パワーボムから
Oh, that was actually a good play there. He got parried though.
メケ事件はブロられたけどこれも
Like even that's like the best case scenario, and you can still get parried on reaction.
おー
あ
暴れよ
The only time air down fierce is even a remotely good idea in this game is an air dairs like that. Good trade.
やる
ーやる
今日強えぞやべえ今
NG
No, it's over. Good thing I have like 2 more hours of it.
お NG さん
NG さんです。
あー知ってます NG さん確かかなり強いですよ
結構
これか
独特に
NG. This must stand for new generation.
これ
Nice
これ
punish.
普通に動けるユリアンじゃないですか
そうです
太平さん風に言うと
Getting this whiff punish.
いや俺知ってますよこれ
はい、
青いユリアン
Kinds of punishes.
あの公園
Ooh, he had EX tackle there, I think. The anti-air tackle. Anti-EX tackle usually works.
本当に
I don't know. It's like I think it works on nearly everyone. I don't know about how it hits Alex. Urian's character-specific stuff is really different than most characters' character-specific stuff.
わかんねえのかなるほどねさあ
That was probably safe, and that sweep was probably not a punish.
2ラウンド目もまあいいゲージ状況ですね
That's like a pretty slow punish, and that was a pretty safe-looking tackle. It was like a light tackle hitting on the tip. Cool. Very cool. That mirror is actually in a decent place. Never mind. It's
飛ば
gone.
せないと苦しい
EX mirror? Oh, it didn't. It wasn't enough.
太平サイズ
Oh, but Alex can't. His punish into like a super or something there might have bumped him into the mirror.
NG さんの勝利
It was a tricky scenario.
はいタックン
Most attacks in this game don't have any sort of invincibility. Even the ones that are invincible are usually only invincible for a few frames.
富に飲んでんのって言われ
So
て
if your super takes you in the path of a mirror, you will hit it.
俺からしたら
Oh, he had a combo.
毎日ベロンベロンなんですけど
タックンの中のイメージの話ですね。
一番飲んでそうなやつに飲んでるって言われ
It's
て
so hard trying to
ひりつきましたねさっきは
make EX mount smash work. It's quite a good move. Oh,
うわマジで運がいい
運がいい。
but it's not good for reasons that you would expect.
残っている
さあ2枚目を張って、
It's not a very good anti-air, for example.
追いかけ
I mean, it is a good anti-air. It's not a very good overhead.
タック
さあゲージを使って
If you're using it like an overhead, you might just get parried twice into getting fucked up.
むちゃくちゃだよって言って
But it's a good incidental anti-air.
この
ますね。
It leads to a juggle, and it does good dizzy. It actually leads to itself if it gets a midair connect.
だって
あー、その話しちゃいますか。
知ってる
大台に乗っかった話。
知ってます
知ってます、知ってます。聞きました。
That those,
100何キロになったの
even when they're parried, they're super safe, and when they're not parried, they lead to combos. That spacing on that EX mount is actually super good because it's not super duper risky, but it's
あれ
whoa,
タック
it's very liable to beat anything that Urien does.
あーっと、
最強
That was actually like expertly played by Tax.
わかんない
Is she gonna bump it?
な
No.
んか体重のおかげ体重がね重くなって
できる子でした。
100点満点中102点ということで
102点。タックスさんは102点です。はい。というわけで9人目、篠さん。元の篠さん。
さあベリーあでも篠さんね強かった
はい。 あっという間に
Ooh, this is dizzy.
あ、ビヨりましたね。
あ、ビヨった。
はい。レイに任せて大パンでフィニッシュ。
いや、キャラさねえし。ちゃんとやっ
I
て。
think this matchup's alright. Don't quote me.
の方が体重
I don't know for sure.
多いからいける。
I think it's usually regarded to be pretty even.
100点満点中102点だか
Maybe
ら。
slightly in Makoto's favor.
篠さんはちょっと身軽そうな
そうそう
感じですよね。
そう。やっぱパワーですから、やっぱり何事も。
はい。
勝つにはパワーが必要なんですよ。
パワーですね。
でもタックにはあるんですよ、パワーが。
パワーがあるんですか。
そのパワーをしっかり使いこなして。
はい。
The way that Elena wins is very weird and interesting.
使いこなしてほしいそのパワー。
You can see he's like barely strung together a 2-hit combo anywhere in this round.
最強でした今の。
最強じゃんこれ。
最強。
But her neutral really is good.
最強の。
今連続で何回やってましたこれ。
いや、わかんない。もう右の右下。
It legitimately is some of the best neutral in the game. It's just it's very unrewarding. And because it's so unrewarding, it's also weak to parries because you don't risk as much by parry fishing. Mostly due to Elena's general lack of confirms. That's like a really big thing. Obviously you can land a super pretty easily after a parry yourself, but if you parry and fail, the only way that you eat a super for failing a parry is generally if the opponent went for some kind of confirm. And Elena is mostly... Wow, that caught a backdash. Backdash was a weird thing to even do there. Elena is mostly without confirms, mostly entirely missing them, which is a deliberate part of her design. You can technically late cancel a low strong in the same way that Chun-Li can late cancel a low forward, but low forward's a much better attack with a built-in mix-up.
タック102キロでした。
動いちゃったかな。
Hayate cancels are not a super relevant thing in this game. It's nice they exist so you can't necessarily punish Makoto for holding a Hayate, but generally Makotos don't really hold Hayates. Doing like button into Hayate cancel is mostly a meme. Usually it recovers about the same speed as just doing the button by itself. Nice. Theoretically, Makoto does have some stuff in this game that's like button into Hayate, into cancel, into like Karakusa, or into Karakusa, for example. Oh, that could have been a jumping combo. Anyway, you don't see it very often, because she doesn't have to do stuff like that to get Karakusas. Nice, this is kill. Very unusual case there. That medium uppercut hits after the air reset should happen. Whoa. I think most Elena's probably would have done a crouch fierce or stand strong or something there after that parry. The parry was really good, it was just an OS after a throw. You throw, if they don't get thrown and they don't take the throw, that means they jumped. And if they jumped, then parry them on the way down. It's Genki. These are two kanji I know well. Genki literally, I think, is body energy. He is like the chi from Chinese. You know, like focus your chi kind of thing. It's a very big idea in Chinese, Japanese culture. What is that horrible emote? Oh, it's money. Bless up.
これ寒いっすね。これは寒いなこれ。これでヒーリングでこれ終わってるっすねこれ。さあ AX なくなってもこれいけるのか？元気なら。
Decent. He cut out the middle normal. He probably had stand strong into EX dash punch there, slash elbow. But it's kind of variable, and it's hard to react. So if you just go straight for the EX slash elbow, you don't have to worry about whether you're in range or not, because that just is a natural combo. Whoa. Hard for Alex to punish though. I think Elena's crouching for the recovery of her uppercut. And if she is, then stand strong from Alex might whiff. That's a really awkward situation. Stand strong from Alex will not hit crouching Elena. The two parries for EX/Elbow are really far apart. You can just easily parry the first hit and then punish Alex, but if you do like tap tap, like you might do for most two-hit attacks, you'll be in parry lock by the time the second hit actually hits you. The parry won't work. It's like tap tap, like that. It's like pretty far apart. Nice confirm. Is it close enough? Ooh, it was kind of on the edge. Fuck Alex. Okay. Sweep does work as a punish for DP. He'd been going for that, but it was not doing too well. What an awkward situation for Alex. Trying to punish a DP with a sweep. Alex's sweep is not very good, but it's got a really important niche in his moveset. Ooh, the parry. That's a blue parry. It's easy to OS. That's why Alex's flash chop, the medium and heavy version, are not very good. Because doing them raw, you can parry them on reaction, and doing them in cancels, you can parry them on reaction. And there aren't that many punishes where he can get a hard chop. Mostly just push dizzy. Yeah, it's got really good range, and also it's a low. And even though it's not a very good attack in and of itself, Alex really needs those two things. Lows aren't just important for punishing different blocking directions in this game, they're also important for punishing different parry directions. Ooh, awkward. I think that was a deliberate whiff trying to bait something. But 12 didn't bite. Might have been a punish. I think so. If the opponent's picking high for their parry direction every single time is Alex against Alex, it's hard for Alex to really punish that. Neutral in this matchup is pretty awkward, and 12 can ruin Urien's charge depending on the scenario. But I think medium and hard fireball for Urien are quite good here. He almost hasn't done them. That's got one frame to start up. If it's a real meaty, it can be stuffed. No invincibility. That knee that went behind 12 and the EX needle still hits them. The EX needle will track the opponent wherever they are, including behind 12. And more importantly, 12 is considered low profile for the entire animation of EX needle. You can still hit him, but he'll dodge almost every jump attack in the game. And the EX needle will hit you before you can hit the ground usually, so it's actually quite a good anti-air. I think it's also safe on parry, but don't quote me.
頑張りはいつか帰ってくる。
そういうメッセージ性が
はい。
込められた非常にいい東西戦だと思います、今日は。
はい。
富永さんとか山さんはこういうことをやっぱりやりたいんですよ、常に。
12 is just the Fung
俺とか山さんとか、今日元気しいの
of
が
Street Fighter 3.
やっぱりジャックキャラ
はい。
っていう
Pseudo defensive looking character actually played Rushdown
こう見せるプレーをどう
with crazy high
どういう
APM
やりたいっていうね、
はい。
そういう、なんつうんだろう、目標というか、
はい。
目的を持ってやっぱやってますから、それがもうなんか実ってもう良かった。
I don't immediately know
富永さんの
はい。
今日の多分見せたかったもの。
whether parrying needle
この話
freezes
だとどれ
12.
ぐらいで終わりますか？
はいはい
ちょっと画面の話しましょう。画面の話
Cool.
コニタン
Good punish.
あ、コニタン出てきた。コニタンとかいいんだよ。ジャックキャラが
Konitan is one of my favorite. Whoa, no
ジャ
signal.
ックキャラが
He held it.
いやコニタンさんも頑張ってますから。だって
うん、
Cool juggle.
忍さんを
Getting a nice post kill juggle is important.
確かに。忍さんを
Nice.
倒したコニ
山
タン、
さんに挑んでるコニタンさんは今すごく頑張ってる。
そっか。コニタンも頑張っとる。でもな、ネクロ強いからな。
Should have held it.
ほら、
いや
なんだこれ。は
でもよく考えてください。設定としては、
い。
このネクロを元に
Whoa. That wasn't confirmed, was it?
改良して
No confirm I ever
量
seen.
産型だったんだ。
量産型
It worked.
じゃあレミ使ったらいいんじゃない？
Takahashi, an entirely different person with the same name.
ピエロに止められた。やめとけ。
危ない
お前やめとけ。
危ないって。
俺の地位が。
はい。
Said it was common, damn it.
崩れるから。
そう
いやー大変だ。
そこはね。
さあ来撃集から。
That meaty palm is pretty easy to parry,
さん
but it's very rewarding on hit because you get that corner juggle.
もしかしてチュンリー使って
It's
た
also very high dizzy.
最近チュンリー使いそういうわけでもない
You can technically fake the palm, but I see a fake palm like once every
なんか
year
分けてる
at
なと思っ
most.
たら高橋さんだった。
高橋さんでした。あら。
Yes, I know a lot about. Yes, I know about the sequel as well. I'm actually a god at that game
すいません。
because I know a lot of the scummy ways of playing Pokemon base set 1 and Juggle and Fossil, which I think is the entirety of
お
the
ー
original Game Boy Color game.
コロコロ。
まあ確かに。まあでも取れたとしても最大から
My deck
ま
is
だ違うねってい
disgusting.
うね
It's like
ね。
it's like 15 energies.
なんかあ端に来たから
I forget how many energies I run. I run 12 Pokemon.
マジか。
This is how to play old Pokemon TCG in a nutshell.
さあリーチ
4 Electabuzz,
うわーうまいな
4 Scyther, and 4 Hitmonchan.
うまい
あれかっこいい。
これで
Beats like every deck imaginable.
昨日やっぱ神保町のチームメイトでの
はい。
あれですからね、抑えです、抑えというか中継ぎですからね。抑えでもあり、中継ぎでもある。
I run it with fighting and I don't think I run all 3 energies.
こ
I think it's fighting and electric energies.
わ
あこれピあまだまだ。
They're all super cheap to retreat. In fact, I think
ガードマン
Scyther is free to retreat and the other 2 are 1 star.
何
They all have good HP. They can all be deployed immediately because they're
どっ
basics.
ちが頑張ってるか。
順番も順番いいのか。エキシビだから。富に
富永さんですね。
はい。
They all have like good synergy in any deck because they've got like a little bit of elemental freedom. Hitmonchan doesn't,
ホンダの情報
but Electabuzz can use.
スト号の
Electabuzz only needs a single electric energy, and Scyther can use double colorless really well.
ホンダ出たらしいですよ。
いや
ドスコイで思い出した。テスト。
あ
EX じゃなかった。あった。
しゃがみは痛いでしゅ。
どうすんの？はあ
Nice.
肘強え。
No, I haven't. I'll put that on next
非常にわかりづらい。
once I'm done watching all this East versus West bullshit.
テストテスト。
あ、うまい。
I love how weird the card game's meta is.
なんか見えたけど。
Having a 3-stage evolution at all, like pretty much all 3-stage evolutions in Pokemon cards are really nutty. That being said, they're not necessarily great because they take so long to set up. But it's just kind of weird to have a metagame where Butterfree is super good because it's like 3-stage evolution.
ポイズンと謎のルシアなんだそれ
ストリートファイター海外版
Whereas a lot of Pokemon that are legendary are just a single evolution and aren't that good.
女性警官ですね
いって
あこれ
Having a metagame where Butterfree is good and Zapdos isn't.
今日言ってた頑張るときは
Nice little parry. That was pretty easy. I probably would have just blocked, to be honest. It's not a hard parry to get though.
さあ富永さんもこれ通りましたねさっきも
どうすの
Ooh, back throw. The annoying thing about that, I think it happens if you do either throw as Necro, so it always swaps sides. No, that's a huge issue.
ダッシュ投げで後から現れた中盤ぐらいで現れたマイケルさんですさあこのゲーム
I've been meaning to do a playthrough of the second Pokemon TCG on GBC. I know that you can make a girl in it, unlike the first game. I think they have rocket cards, right? I don't know what else they add. I don't know if they have the gym leader cards yet. I think that's the next set after Rocket. It's like base set Jungle Fossil, and then base set 2, and then I think Rocket, and then Gym Hero. I think.
ガードしている閉じ込めて
I remember Blaine's Moltres had a 5 energy cost. I think it was the first card to do that. There are a few cards even now that have 5 energy costs, but it's just crazy. It's a lot to pay.
小判から唐草
早すぎるっす
ですと
EX が出なくて
I don't actually know how this matchup goes. I wouldn't be surprised even a little bit if it was Makoto's worst match. But I can't imagine it's worse than 6-4. Don't get me wrong, Chun-Li's a disgusting character. But when she's not in a disgusting matchup, I don't mind too much.
パホを置いてたっぽいですね
Makoto life. This kills. Or does it? He didn't spend the super. It looked good to me. That was a weird thing to do. This kills without super. He didn't kill. I thought he was closer to the corner than he was. I thought it was going to be dash punch there, light dash punch. But it was sword short. Last time I looked at the TCG, which was pretty recently, it was water spam. Every single deck was running water. There was like, I think Rain Dance Blastoise, or it was some Mon. Maybe Mega Blastoise? I don't remember how it worked. There was some Mon that was super dominant because it could attach an unlimited number of water energies in a single turn. Which is something that I think it even had way back then, but now it's better than it used to be. And then it was Keldeo EX, I think. There was some EX card that was super spammed. If you kill an EX cards are crazy. They'll have like way more HP, and they'll be able to be deployed immediately. You don't need to set them up. And they'll have like 170 HP or something like that, like huge amounts. But if you kill them, you get to draw 2 prizes. So it's like, you know, they're very volatile cards. And then Seismitoad, I think, was the other one. Seismitoad had an ability. I think it was Seismitoad. Had an ability where it could prevent the opponent from using items. And that's, of course, really nutty. No trainer cards whatsoever. That's the last time I looked, and that was in like Gen 6. That was a cross-up light kick. Weird. Remi's cross-ups are not good. A light kick, I think, is the only thing that crosses up, and it's really bad. Imagine saving Meteor the whole round, only to X copy, and you only turn into fucking Remi.
まあ確かに
Nice forward walking into here. It's scary to do that
強
stuff.
いんじゃないですかレミ相手だったらコピー1のこれは発動っすよね
Here we go.
あーレミになって
Remi is probably one of the worst characters to transform into, but that's okay. Look at all the damage on his throw.
壊し
あ
Oh,
ー投げ
what
返され
happened?
るヘラネあーサマ
素直
あーバックステに引っかかって
Remi probably just is the worst character to transform into. I'd rather transform into fucking Sean.
ルグで
ただこれレミだとあんま減らせねえんだよなあここで解除しちゃいますねあなんで
Oh, that's not too bad of a punish, actually.
ソニックですら結構減った
Of all the ways to get hit during your transform back, it's better to eat that than a Crouch Fierce.
いやー厳しいか SA 圏内ですね
Rush Ram and Charizard.
そうですね膝安息されて
They do cool things to kind of keep multiple elements
まだあー
interesting.
最後は投げ
Kirky's here.
ただ柴田さんのゲージがまだ3分の1
But Pokemon has always had kind of poor balance between its elements.
あとまあ防御が高くなるから
They got a lot of colors they're trying to balance. There's like 12 different colors versus Magic's like 5.
そう
ですねあと貴重なゲージを吐いてしまったけどまあいいやって感じなのかな
すぐたまるっしょ
あうまいおーしっかりサマーで切って投げ
あうさ消える
And a lot of the colors, like almost every single Mon, will have the same weakness, or like almost the same weakness, which is super annoying.
スト5とかだったら大変なことだと思ってます
Generally, it's really hard to use a Mon outside the color of the energy you're using unless it's like a normal type.
熱い状況だなあ
あもう
コピーです
コピーいらないっていう
さあここからリープ
さあ千崎3フレで暴れてっていっててててあ
ペチペチ
削り
Cool. I don't know how many parries that is. I got no idea.
ダメだ
さあ終了はい
続いての登場は山源さんの合計
なんだ空達で引き殺してくれ
It's not OU without Linder's T.
強化版合計になるだけで
強化っすねパン
Linder's T is the fucking balancing factor
そう体力の
by which we determine what's OU and what's Uber.
うん
火力もちょっと上がってる合計なんですよ
やばい最強じゃん
最強の生命体になるんですが
なるんですが
ただ時間
Stunfish got snapped, sorry.
あーウルトラマンのピーコンピーコン
Miraxis is in the new game? Yes. My wife.
あれ取ったよ
I've never used Miraxis in a single Pokemon game.
さあぐるぐるぐるぐると
I only know where it is in fucking Black and White 1. And I guess
回っ
2.
て回って山源さんに
Provided it's in the same place.
おい強いな元の性能が高い
Ooh,
から
that desert with Darmanitan.
発動してしまえばもっと高くなるはずなんですが
Neat.
さあ
Too far away.
入る
I wondered for a sec,
知ってたのか
but then I trusted this Akuma, but he was wrong.
あ
壊し壊し
ー大事な
さあここで
Miraxis is one of the quintessential, like, you forgot about me Pokemon, I feel.
多分空中からコンボ2回当たれば死ぬと思います最大で入ればね
One of the quintessential no one cares
ラッ
Pokemon.
キーグルージさすがにコピーは許さないと勝ったの山源さんは
Akuma's probably one of the best 12 transformations.
いじゃあ続けてください大丈夫ですよはい2人目がバルニャさんのレミ
バニャさんさあレミ号機は
はい
割と
It's like kind of bad against 12 anyway, because 12 has a unique,
組み合わせで
ワンチャンこいつら殺せるわっていう
12 has unique mechanics with his,
超痛いよねっていう話
what do they call that?
画面端行っちゃうとね
Proximity block.
レミ
12 will move for his proximity block, whereas most characters won't. Every other character in the game won't. Which means if 12 starts holding up back, or not up back, but like straight back, while Akuma's doing his overhead, he'll actually get out of the way of Raging Demon.
レミゾーン
Proxys is fun to use.
入ります
半分まで減
Anyone who doesn't like Proxys should never use Proxys, because Psychic Fangs plus Strong Jaws is awesome.
ってから最大コンボ
APU 食らっても
Nice
発
punish.
動とかかくるんじゃないかな
Or I can do that too, and that's the same punish I do.
あのエギユを
APU さすがにかなあー痛い痛い
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
あーこれは削り
And this is probably kill.
チェック
Yeah, even when he was going for all those parries, he still had like 3 more, plus the low forward parry.
シャブロ入れないとどの道食らってしまう
Very, very, very difficult. And that low forward was almost certainly cancelled into a red fireball or a Tatsu or something.
ギリギリ耐えるのが正解だったのかな
そうですねさあここは バリニャさんお得意の翻弄する立ち回り。
裏回りからの EX サマー。ちょっと多分狙ったっぽかったけれども。
さあこれは
Yeah. It's easy to see that they were planning something unique for the gameplay of, like, let's say, Comfy. Comfy is a pretty cool Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon back then were made with no elaborate plan. And when I say back then, I mean all the way up to about Gen 5. Gen 6 and beyond, it looks like they tried to have like a scheme for how the Pokemon would be used. For pretty much everything. Nice DP.
そうですね、味方でよく私も見ました。対戦した人も多いんじゃないかと。
あれですね、彼は疎通がうまいですからね。
Oh yeah, this is how you play Remi, and that's how you lose. This is how it always goes with Remi. Remi zones the opponent out, getting almost no damage for like 30 seconds with a whole bunch of booms, and then he just does a raw cold blue kick that gets parried, and he eats a punish that does like way more damage than all the damage he got from the booms. Remi would actually be a better character without cold blue kick, because then people would stop using it recklessly. Nice punish. Just like clockwork. Every Remi player plays the same. Oh. Not bad, not bad. The good cold blue kicks are those ones that whiff. But they're still not that good. They regain him some ground, and they catch someone trying to approach, and people are kind of in a hurry to approach Remi, to be honest, so it's good like that. But the ones that hit are bad. That was not a combo. Because they're very reactable and a single parry, and quite punishable when they're parried. Yeah, booms that whiff also build no meter, I feel like is worth saying. The boom has to be blocked before it builds any meter for Remi. And most booms whiff, as you can see. And even the booms that hit build almost no meter. Remi is very much a victim of the engine. See, there we go. Even if it's a cold blue kick, wow, 5 hits. Even if it's cold blue kick that's going to whiff, Ken can still just tap forward. And if it whiffs, he didn't lose anything. Oh my god. Stop. There you go, get some meter for that. That was a free block. He was afraid. A lot of people don't like going from parry to block for whatever reason. That was actually really nice. Landed and grabbed before Ken's Close Fierce could hit. Close Fierce is a pretty fast normal for Ken, probably somewhere around 4 or 5 frames. Everred is quite a good Remi who I play sometimes. Against Oro, he usually only throws the fucking low booms, no high ones. You don't have to alternate or anything. The trick with alternating is if the opponent gets out of the way of a boom, you can still throw another boom, even though your previous boom is still on the screen. You didn't parry that. Playing it safe, but parries are one of the easiest ways for Remi to get meter. Oh, it's gonna... Huh! I thought Remi was gonna hit the DP. The Crush Fierce, I mean. Or whatever. But in fact, it was Remi that got hit. I thought it was a good super. Trauma. I don't know if that's what his name is supposed to say, but that's the way it can be read. No, it's Dorama. It's drama. Nice punish. Very cool. Low parry into Crutch Fierce into Donkey Kick. Oh, nice knockdown. Any second now, it's going to be button into Denjin. He was greedy. He kept all that meter.
スターンこれですよ
Good shit.
STUN
I love seeing greed pay off. I also love seeing people getting fucked by greed.
使わなくとも
Ugh, stood into it.
かなり状況有利
ところどころ相手の動きを止める動作がすごく
Very nice. Corner donkey kick or corner light tatsu give lots of perfect whoa opportunities for a Denjin. That was actually a very unsafe unblock combo too. The left forward into Hadouken. If Ken just held down back, he could have punished it. Here's Gunta again.
はい
先週から
先週からバーサスに
お越しになられたとはい
はい
さあ龍拳対決が2回目になるが
I don't know how to feel about the third form of Linoon,
強いんだあの技
先週は白だったんで
but I will say that Liloon and Zigzagoon look kind of great in my opinion. The Galar forms. The third form I have very mixed opinions.
結構お気に入ったのかもしれない
Generally, I like all Pokemon designs, even if they're awful. Wow!
これが
That's something you don't see often. Yup. Ken actually could have just held down back after the final parry.
投げが強いんですこのゲーム
投げ強いんですよね
さあリーブ投げ
さあ
て
画面
画面足
端を取って後ろにまた投げる押し中盤
ちょっと遅かったか大バンタツ巻き勝利はゲブロを取ったか
中大
Immediate low parry, and then it loses to the fucking only wake-up attack Ken could possibly do.
さあ鋭い一文字
Nice meme.
さあリーブもうちょっと減らせると3からだったら持っていける
Zigzagoon is one of the cutest Pokemon, and the new form is also one of the cutest Pokemon. It would be hard to make Zigzagoon bad.
スタンすればね
はい
国さんばりにスタンできればね
国さん
I
な
usually don't really care for the Rattata, but Zigzagoon I've used until endgame in Gen 3 more than once.
さあ中国にはこうパンで返すこれは鉄拳の動き
The Rattata function.
落としていく
Nice.
さあ投げり
I thought it was going to be some kind of meaty into super. Here it is.
電人
Yup.
そしてでんでんでん
He reacted to the Hadouken hitting and cashed out. He could have held it a little longer and gone for the mix-up, because the mix-up still would have been good for him.
勝ったのはドラマ流ですねいいですね
Ken can't even Shippu there, because if Ken does Shippu and re-releases Denjin during the freeze,
さあ5人目
this, the Hadouken will come out, the Denjin Hadouken, and Ken will hit Ryu once and then trade with the Hadouken, and he'll eat all the Dizzy.
そうドラマさんこういうところ
So, like, Ken Shippuing on reaction to a charging Denjin is actually horrible. Shroomish is extremely cute, one of the cutest Pokemon.
さあ捕まっちゃうと
Its little frown is really the thing that makes it. Breloom is pretty cute too.
さあここから
He swapped over to Super 2.
シーンが
Watch out.
さあいつ来るのが
大学波動拳は当たって
小技での
ビンタ強いんだ
出し合いがじゃあ炸裂
そうですねハンマーマウンテンじゃないので
Oh my god, it is a third Takahashi.
距離さえ取れれば竜威が有利です
Or
よ
maybe it's the first Takahashi
長
again,
いんだこれ
because I think it is.
ジャン
長いんだ
ジャンプパンチさあギガスが溜まってしまってんだけど
It's hard to play perfectly safe against a Shinshoryu.
そうヒューゴリー
Shit
チャーが
happens.
ないので通り
Every
ま
now
せ
and
ん
then you'll just find yourself eating one.
見
And
た
it's hard to eat one of those and win the round.
目
Nice. It's hard to eat one of these and win the round.
ドライエンデ
And speaking German.
危ね
Ah, that could have been a big
大丈夫
punish.
です新勝利しゃがみくらいだったら同じ
Just like low forward, light or heavy Tatsu would have left Hugo in the corner. And done pretty good damage anyway.
大足
It's still very much a game where you could win. But he basically needs to land that super in some way. And that's not going to be free. It's not an easy super to land.
気持ち悪い
Oh, that was it, maybe. That was it for sure.
勝ったのは高橋さんと
If you attack fast enough, you can punish a clap. And Shinshoryu is fast enough.
サードでヒューゴさん技っすね
それは
技っす聞きたいなと思うんですが出てくるのは
Shinshoryu's fast as shit.
はい渋谷さん
It's good old third strike. Everyone's favorite.
この剣も僕好きです
Oh, that clap.
はい
結構反応で戦うので
さあ中足が辛い
転ぶんですよね
技の
Oh, very nice. It's kind of scary hitting straight forward like that.
そう、中足
But he was outside the range of low forward.
置き攻めがついてくるのが非常に厄介。
スパッツ X で言うと DJ の中足持ってるんです
Omega Cup win.
あーこれはまだ知らない。
Unfortunately, this Thursday, I think I'm going to have that Poison Cup. Nice DP. But we did miss our Omega Cup for August so far.
大丈夫大丈夫。陣内さえ当たればですが、上浮く中パンチ。ジャンプ中パンチ。
We could just have 2 in a row.
さあブロって昇竜拳。
Oh, that was a failed super cancel. I stand short at the end there. That as well.
ちょっとドキドキ
Sloppy can. That's not super hard. I can do those reliably. That can combo. It's just weird.
王の忍ぶポーズはしっかりとガード。
That's how it is for me, Candle.
どう考えですか。
Because of the way that the way that you can fix it for every other game is just turn off Steam Big Picture mode, or turn off rather the Steam controller settings. That's what I've been doing. It's shitty. But Steam makes it so as long as Steam is open, it like has your controller configured to some weird shit.
投げて。
But if you turn it off, it stops doing that.
ただボディが強いんです。
It's actually super annoying that Capcom changed that. It didn't used to be that way, but they removed the direct input support. They like put direct in. Originally, they had no direct input support, and I had to like mirror my controller as a fucking X input. And then they added direct input support, and it worked fine, and everything was working again for me. And now they fucking took it out in favor of Steam's universal direct input support, which fucked over all my other games.
ここは陣内。
ボディ出した後だとしゃがみぐらいで、
Oof.
さあそのまま直接。
直接陣内やってもう一回できる。
Also, this latest patch of Street Fighter V has made it so I fall out of matches.
そうですね。あと一回陣内当てた後の読み合いでなんとかっていうと
The
ころ
one
で。
added 3 new characters.
第一ラウンドと一緒。
I haven't tried reinstalling the game yet, so I'm hoping that's gonna work.
勝った高橋
I fall out of online when choosing a character, and it also won't log me in when I boot up the game.
食らってますね。渋谷さん。
The 3 new characters are cool, at least.
5人目
I like all 3 of them.
皆さんちょっとキャラ的に
Poison's probably my favorite.
そうですね、もうなんかきつい
I can see that Honda will be a cancer to fight, but fortunately the only Honda I've fought so far has been as a Honda myself.
サムのヒーリング。
あーこれはちょっと
ただ画面端に行ってしまえばヒューゴは攻められる。画面中央は完全にエレナがこういう風な感じでリーチです。
はい、体力ゲージも緑に
Whoa.
戻って
Easy
ラウンド
reads.
ワッチ吸ったから今。
ラウンドマッチはね吸えるんだよあれ空中にいるからおか
空
しいよね
中判定なんだよ
おかしいよ
な。
ね
The most obvious nerf to Chun-Li would be a nerf to low forward,
さん取っていって先にヒーリング使ったはずな
rather than her supers.
もう8割おかしいだろこれ
She's not really a character designed with confirms in mind, so the fact that she has one of the better confirms in the game into one of the most rewarding attacks to land,
1個今持ってますからね
that's also a mix-up with her throw slash car throw. The thing that really makes it is just how good of a poke low forward is. It's a very good poke. She's low profile while she's doing it. So, like, it'll just clean beat a lot of attacks. I can't touch any poke as Oro except low forward, which doesn't go that far against Chun-Li.
投げて
One bar SA2 would be okay,
さあライフイズグリーンはなくなる。
but I don't know, it might hurt the fun of the character a lot. But, like, Chun-Li without bar is fine.
ボディ投げてブロって投げて勝ったのは俺さんのエレナ。中元さん中元やってるみたいだもんね。
別のゲームだね
さあ6人目中元だったり
はい久しぶりの東西戦
久々ですね。
何年ぶりだっていうレベルです、
俺が言うのもなんだけど久々ですね。
そうだねトラさんが言うのもなんだけどだね
I don't think they should fix unblockables if they patch this game, but I've said before I wouldn't mind if they gave every character a universal unblockable out that forced them to take damage. In my example is a Chaos style backdash. You can wake up frame 1 airborne as any character, not just as a few.
さあここら辺は俺のもの。
I think that would be fair.
ライトホーンで振って
Ugh.
しっかりガードしている
A lot of damage on this.
ガードしてロケバ画面端ワンツー
Even in short combos, SA1 is only barely stronger than fucking SA3.
さあ先にとターン中元なプレイ
そしてゲージもまだあと1本ある。
ありますね。
あっと台形ダッキングから
さあ画面端許さないよお前の
He took EX uppercut, or I mean he took uppercut over EX machine gun blow.
あー
Another unusual play there.
さあしゃがみ中継を
これ知って
さっき振ってましたが
これ知ってますね。
ガードするとマイナス13筆なので
はい
何でも入りますこれ豆です
大変あれね
そうあんな感じの牽制技が結構だったり辛くて
あれ絶対中盤に引っ掛けるの待ってますよあれあの台形恐ろしい
さあ
さ
Ugh,
あなんだかんだ小技が
he should have died for all of those plays.
たくさん
But Dudley was always caught pressing
一
buttons.
触即発のフルゲージです
はい世紀末モード
世紀末モードパルバイネケ
Oro would be one of the hardest characters to balance. Almost any rebalance of Third Strike would put him at either top tier or bottom tier, depending on what they
や
did.
っちゃっちゃうんですよね
Okay, I don't think he would possibly go to bottom tier.
だからね
I think almost any patch they could do would move him upward.
言いましていけんのかなあれあ
Oro doesn't care about unblockables that much, that's the thing. He's still a high tier character if you're just running Tengu Stone, and only doing 5-stone Tengu. If you just kill unblockables from the game, Oro's still okay. It would be like horrible for Urien.
7人
Urien would probably drop to like lower mid tier without unblockables.
はい
Mirror's not only good for unblockables, but that's the thing it's best for.
これ辛いもうね辛そうなのが分か
That's the best thing about it.
激キックだけが辛いんですマジで
がマジ辛そう
さあ投げて
Oro would still be like probably the low end of high tier if unblockables were just deleted from the game.
ここは切り返す追っかけ砲力入りそうですね今さあここから
Yeah, that's probably accurate. Despite the fact that he's theoretically a mid tier, although I usually in my tier list I put him at like just below Dudley.
許さない
Despite the fact that he's theoretically a mid tier, he has like almost no 5-5s in the game.
負けちゃうんですよ
前に
同じボタンを押してるはずなんですけどね
おかしいな
さあスピンサイズコンボ
There's nothing inherently broken about a really, really powerful combo.
負けちゃうんですよ
今の初めて見たよ
さあが
A lot of the unblockables in this game actually aren't that gross if you just treat them like big damage combos.
ゲージ差で売られるとやばい
Considering Urien's unblockable, like Urien getting 2 unblockables in a row in the same sequence costs like even more than Shinshoryu and does a bit more than Shinshoryu, you know what I mean? And the scenarios come about as rarely as Shinshoryu.
あ使ってるよ
壊しここは貫くブロッキング狙ったが転んでしまう
さあ何を狙っていくのかこの距離
Two bars wouldn't matter for
い
Oro.
やもうエレナはなんか食らっちゃうともう闇です
Two bars that are longer would matter a bit. That would matter quite a lot. But generally speaking, Oro needs a bar and a half to kill you
どんどん体
from like full HP because most of the meter comes from him getting the meter back.
ごまかした
A nerf to chicken meter build would be horrible for Oro,
負けたくないこの気持ち
but he gets terrible with meter building. So if they buff that, it would be okay.
さあ出てくるのは
Although it would be more stally.
フライングアナゴスペシャルでおなじみのアナゴさんです
Oro gets the most meter build on hit of any character in the game, but the least meter build on whiff.
カモフラ率半端ないです
Like he builds meter even slower than like
あの
Shawn or 12.
目に優しくない
そうそうそうそう
非常に
視力検査みたい
Faster than Remi.
隣に緑の光欲しいぐらいな感じですよね
そうだね
I think I could make a character that most people wouldn't find objectable if I was rebalancing Third Strike out of Oro, but rebalancing the rest of the game would be almost impossible for me.
まあ夏のこれからの時期ねちょうどいいかもしれない
そうですね
I would probably have really light touches, probably not change much.
う
なんだったらユリアンは
Probably make Remi build meter upon the throwing of his fireball,
痛そう
and then build even more if the opponent blocks
そう
it.
だけどね
ん完全にやばいや
That
つ
seems nice.
やっちゃったやつだよね
やっちゃったねこれ弾けすぎましたね
だから
さあエレナが辛そう
Oro just gets bullied by the 3 top.
多分
And also maybe Yang and Elena.
なかなかエレナいないと思うんですよ
確かにあの時代
Oro's even or winning against every other character in the game.
が がいるか。
And Ken is very winnable for Aura. Aura versus Ken is no worse than most characters versus Ken. Aura doesn't have anything in particular that Ken doesn't have anything in particular that fucks Aura over. He's just a generally strong character.
一回引っかかると死ぬんです。
こういうキャラです。
このふんどし強いんです。
Oro SA2 launches on first hit. That's interesting. That would be a pretty simple fix, wouldn't it? I would probably, for one thing, I would make Alex Light Flash Chop cancel the super. And I would make it combo for all 3 supers. Okay, I wouldn't make it combo for Super 3. I don't know what the fuck I do to make Super 3 good. It's like an impossible super to fix. But imagine if you could do Light Flash Chop into fucking SA1 and get the back turn SA1. That'd be good as hell. Buffing the dead supers is the most obvious way to fix this game. A lot of people, whenever talking about changing Third Strike, a lot of people just inherently say, how to ruin Third Strike or something like that. It's a very quick gut reply from most people. But it's very easy to just point at useless things in this game and say fix this because it's useless. There are huge arguments on whether Yun or Chun-Li needs fixing or whether you just need to tolerate it. But like, if you're talking about like Remi's Super 3, almost everyone would say, yeah, that sucks. It would be a better game if that was a better super. Or at the very least, it would be the same game. Snatched. Just kill. It was half HP Urien. Urien has a lot of health. That does like 60% to most characters. And like 75 to low HP characters. Is that unblockable? He didn't combo into the sweep though. I mean the Quetch Fierce. So even though he got the unblockable, Hugo could have been holding down back. He was caught off guard. He could have been OS parrying. Big old Stam Fierce. I don't really care about with meter building, although it's, I don't know. It obviously benefits high tier characters more than low tier characters. And it obviously buffs stalling. It buffs turtling. So it would be easy to remove it. But I don't really think it's broken or anything. Before he landed.
入ってたら今日のベストバウトだった。勝ったのはアナゴさん。ということで僕です。
はい。
だいぶ昔からいらっしゃいますよ。
で、7人目の。
ギガスに持続があれば、ギガスで持続
If you Google it, you'll find it.
だった気がします。
Like Z third strike, good enough.
の山虎さんですね。ダッシュから草チェスト。
Unless you're asking like when someone gonna make it, because I agree. I'd fuck around with that in a heartbeat.
Nice Kopan ですね。
Tandem Renki with blocking would probably be about as good as Makoto's other 2 supers, to be honest. It's got hard competition. Makoto's other 2 supers are fantastic. Losing out on touch of dizzy stuff and losing out of conversions from dash punch are a big deal. But Makoto's power increase from Tandem Renki actually is really good. Not being able to block is too, I don't know. Obviously, like, you can parry in this game, but there's so many scenarios in Third Strike. If blocking's not on the table, then you can start going for some really ridiculous stuff. What I would probably do to Tandem Renki is I would make... No, this is going to be really wacky, so everyone bear with me. If it was me, I would probably make Dash Punch super cancelable, like Street Fighter 4. So you can already do dash punch into Super 1, so why the fuck not let it be a Super Cancel? I don't give a fuck. It's already a one-frame link. There's no reason it has to be hard. It's not even hard for anyone who plays Makoto. They just fucking piano it every time. Bring it to the people. Make it a cancel. You can still link it if you want to, but you can cancel it too. And then dash punch into Super 2 wouldn't combo in my ideal world. And dash punch into Super 3 would give you a link. That's what I would do. If she had like Stand Fierce dash punch into activate into another Stand Fierce into another dash punch, that would be super cool. She can do that with button into Super 3. She can do like Stand Fierce into Super 3 activate into a normal, I'm pretty sure. If that could make a dash punch safe, that'd be cool too. Or maybe not safe, but she could parry after. Instead of being outright punishable, you know. No, she'd just be plus. I think that'd be really fun to play around with. I think most changes should have some kind of fun element to them. QSA3 is another super that's like not as bad as it looks, but utterly outclassed by his other two. It's certainly not good. I never thought of the relationship between VT2G and Super 3Q, but there does seem to be something going on there. I'm doing okay. Tominaga did his little Tominaga thing, and now it's over. Fujiwara. BT2G adds such a grip of damage at the end of any combo. It's pretty cool. Love that Fukiaga on a standing Dudley. Dizzy Dudley. Who else does that work on? Is it Alex? Is it Hugo? It works on a couple of Dizzy characters and no one else. It hurts. EX uppercut. You don't see that almost ever. I don't know if it's invincible. To be honest, Q's EX moves are not very good. Even if he could do like the cancel routes, he doesn't have anything safe to end on. The safest move he has is like the light slaps, which is still like -7 or something, I think. Don't quote me. Maybe you could do like EX dash punch into light slaps. But considering for G it's like only EX moves, all of Q's EX moves are unsafe. So being able to cancel back and forth between them almost wouldn't be a factor. Cool activate. Wow. Is this Master? That was nuts. I played Master and won a few. Reminder to everyone. It's not Master, it's Kashi. Sad. Doing the mid-screen baby combo. Dropped it. Shoutouts to young players. Can't even get repeated medium shoulders. It was crouching Makoto, so he probably had some variety of loop, like Keeper Jin or Maeda Jin. But she wasn't very close, and that's like harder. Already you're like pushing the opponent out while you're doing those. Oh, this is kill, actually. Feels weird to say that, but that literally is a kill combo. Nice, 14-second round.
すごいキャラだな。
お互いにキャラパワーが。
キャラパワーが。マシンガン打線となんかビッグバン打線みたいなもんすからね、これ。
I don't know what the fuck I do to Aura Super 1. It's not too bad. I think I had a fix for it at some point. I like thought of something kind of cool it could do.
そのエリアはちょっと怖いから下がっていく。ダッシュ投げ通して。
Oh yeah, it was just buffs to his target combo would make it a lot better.
ジャクジャク中からゲージン。
A new command, quarter circle forward punch perhaps. So you still had all your punches while you were activated would be very nice. If I could do like stand strong 2 hits, jump into air grab while activated.
そして職人さんありがとう。勝ったのは富永さん。なんだかんだでなります大将戦。さあ最終戦のいつものでございます。
はい。
ボンバーマンステージもいつものっていうのありましたよね。
いつもの。
いつもの。
ね。
それぐらいの安心感のある。
I don't know what the fuck I do to like Ken or Akuma. I'd probably slow down Shippua frame, I don't know. I don't want to remove Kara DP. Maybe lowering the damage of light DP but increasing the range on the other two would be nice. His medium and hard DP are unreasonably shitty. Ken's hard DP should be like one of the best moves in the game, and it should also be his best DP. But this game did hard DP dirty. It should definitely have the best range of his uppercuts. Instead, light does by like a country mile. And that's silly.
安定コンボの方で1本取っていく忍。さあじっくりと様子を見る感じだが、それもそのはず。誠はゲージマックスなので、はい、
一回いい場所で掴まれちゃったら終わりです。
そうです。で逆に言うと、
They obviously have the potential of doing regrounds and combos in this game. Since Ibuki's taunt is a reground, you can juggle into that, and then it puts the opponent right on the floor. Neat. Good attempt.
幻の3枚目で勝ったのは忍さん。ということで本日は 1P チームの勝利です。ありがとうございました。
Is it Ogre?
優勝忍さんです。
Yes. Alright, how about this? Oh, it's laid out differently.
はい、じゃあ準備の方できましたんで、はい、掛け声だけ僕がやります。お願いいたします。はい、2019夏の陣決勝。
Clowns.
メガネ大平さん？あれ？やらない。逆にやらない。
Oh, it's dark. You can barely see it. Which smudge is which? This is the third Maniacs.
大平さん、ユリアン同キャラ結構自信あるらしいんですけど、2年ぐらい前に大平さんにユリアンで入ったら
I think whatever I changed about Ken, I would keep double DP in the game. And I would make it so that I might make it work on more characters, not like less. And it would still be Ken's most damaging meterless combo.
ですね、はい。それもちゃんとさあ張る前に張っていく守りのなんだと。しかしゲージ使ったんでないですよ。大丈夫でしょうか、大平さん。
さあいい状況になってきた。お互いゲージ状況も
大パンチ。
If you buffed his other DPs, he wouldn't be so reliant on light DP's damage.
さあ本人が一番びっくりしてる。うわ怪しい。
So you could nerf the damage of light DP and have it not be a huge issue. But Ken's other DPs right now are in a really shitty place.
さあ大変さピンチ。
I don't know what I'd do to his Tatsu. I don't really want it to be better. Although it's obviously a weak area.
ヘッドピンチですね今のは。
逆に押して第3これ同キャラ
大変さ。
第3同キャラ帽子第3
あ
第3大変さん今ちょっとお尻浮きましたよ今。鈴木さん嬉しそうですね。タイターって顔してますが、
やはり
はい
メガネを取らなかったことが敗因でしたね。
ですね。帽子をちょっと入れ替えたところまでは良かったんですけど、
さあ時報されるのは、
はい、
あ中堅か。
川ユリアン
On the right side, I see TM and Dotto. I think Dotto is a
キャラは何に使うんだろう。誠かな。
Akuma player.
見てからやっぱ変えれるところがちょっと何でも強い人の特権なので、
ユンかな。
ユリアンには誠じゃないですかね。
誠ユンな気がしますよね。
はい、ユリアン結構得意な。
I'm down with that. Just make Ken's Tatsu a whole lot safer, do nothing else to it.
次のを見ないといけないので、
ケン。さあ新宅ケンでいくのか。残りが5期と9ですからね。
そうですね。ちょっとその辺も
SF5 was very elaborate about making medium specials useful.
なので、
There was like a kind of half. Sometimes they cared, sometimes they didn't in SF4.
新宅さん何でも強いので、ここでケンを選択した意味がちょっと見えたり。
SF3 and SF2, they didn't care at
や
all.
っぱ大山がすごい多いんで、慣れてるのが一番強いんじゃないかなと思いますね。
It's not a huge deal. You don't have to make them all useful. It's just lost. It's a lost opportunity, I guess.
想像だけで6割
You can have things like SF5 Urien, 3 fireballs, where it's like a slow one, a fast one, and an up one. That's pretty cool. But if you just have 3 different angles in Street Fighter 3, that's not as cool because the medium one and the heavy one have very similar functions at the end of the day. So it's just having 2 functions instead of 3.
ちょっとつぼらせてしまいましたが、まあこんなことして
I'm looking at Poison right now, and she seems to use every single version of every single special,
立ち回りうまいですね。
which is quite unique.
あ、第1
Nice.
回踏み込み中盤で、あれ多分踏み込み
Well, it's not that unique, but you know it's cool.
そこが
Every single special does something kind of interesting.
しっかりしゃがみが
The medium up kick is it'll combo from like stand light kick, for example, so it's like her max damage after a light normal combo. I did not see Sokka's poison. She's got 3 different EXs for her core circle back punch, and all 3 of them seem really good. That's Long Island, huh?
上り風呂から
うまい。
今多分シャガダイスフィアイジスとかは
I thought it was Jersey or something. Isn't weak, but also isn't fun.
結局巻き返す
Hmm.
前川ユリアン
She seems weak to me, but I could be wrong.
さあ
Poison Strike, now that I've done a good amount of looking at her, her damage is actually pretty good.
投げは
Which is kinda cool.
投げられちゃうとユリアンの時間が始まる
It's not amazing, but it's definitely not horrible. Her 1 bar damage is quite nice in particular.
しんとさこれキャラ体ですよ完全に
But I don't think she's going to get that many combos that start with a close stand fierce.
ミドルで差し返す
Just doesn't seem like it's really a thing. It's going to happen too often.
しゃがみ中キック弱竜巻は中足の方をブロっても肘が入らないんですよね。竜巻の発生
And a lot of stuff seems to come from stand fierce. Like her whip cancels. Like her cancel into heavy up kick. Like her cancel into medium love me tender into links. Are all only possible after stand fierce. Nice whiff punish. Holy cow.
集中してますね。
That was a weird time to be looking for a super. He just jumped over Urien's head.
千川ユリアンですお間違い
That's a fairly easy attack to whiff punish though. The Snare Run
失
House.
礼いたしました。以前確かに
Especially because Ken would block it and then super punish it anyway.
厳密にちょっと千川ユリアン
千川ユリアンさん、はい。
ただ自分もシンタさんとか言ってますけど、
すみませんすみません。
まあしかしここで
まあ取ったのはユリアンですね。
そうですねこの一撃必殺でゲージを貯めて一気に放出するっていうのがすごくユリアンの狙いなんですが、そのおかげでやっぱちょっとゲージを使ってしまったので
Poison looks like she has a lot of competing routes.
迷いがないですね。
There's like a lot of different ways she can spend 1 bar.
さあここは押していきたいが
And in the end of the day, she's probably only going to use 1 or 2 of them.
この剣の方がいたい。
確かに
あ
こんなうまい
But it's really hard to look at something like Poison Crouch Fierce and evaluate how good it is.
このは剣ですねこれ間違いなくあーっとこれはあしか
Poison Crouch Fierce isn't even going to be in my fucking video because it's a combo video. Oh yeah. Overhead punishes.
うわ今裏かと思いました俺表でしたね
I saw a really gross Honda recently and it wasn't even Daigo's. I forget whose it was. It might have been Daigo. It was a Honda that was literally sitting there and occasionally doing... It was Gachikun versus someone. Was it Daigo? Someone look at the recent Karatsu replays and find Gachikun versus so-and-so. I saw Gachikun fight a truly disgusting Honda player. It might have been Daigo, I don't remember who it was. I saw Daigo's, Honda early on and wasn't impressed with it. But then I saw that match and I was like, wow, this looks really annoying for Rashid. It might have been Kubo. Kubo has a really disgusting looking Honda. He probably has the best Honda I've seen. The medium EX whip destroys fireballs. But Poison can also V-skill through fireballs. She can also EX Love Me Tender or through them, or even regular Love Me Tender over them. That's it. Daigo rejects his humanity. Maybe sometime, but not now. Honda might actually be the new most Unga character. In fact, I'm like certain he is. Because Honda generally doesn't care if you're blocking or getting hit. Which I think is really the heart of Unga. The absolute core of Unga is not caring what your opponent does. Having the same game plan regardless of the opponent's actions. Uh-oh. Bad confirm. I think Sakura versus Honda probably won't be too bad. On a cross-up butt slam or on any blocked headbutt, I have stand short. Most characters don't have a 4-frame normal that goes really far and has a conversion like that. And Sakura, after blocking an EX headbutt, can forward dash stand strong, for sure. So you get point blank stand strong punishes. Nice, those are super hard to do. Cross up EX Tatsu into double DP. They're easier on Q because you don't need the Kara. But they're still crazy hard because dash into light DP is actually not easy to do. The game does something with your input buffering. I can do it all day in Street Fighter 4. Even though, like, you know, the dashes are a bit faster in this game, it's like suddenly impossible. I don't know yet, but Sakura versus Honda seems okay. I won't know until I play it. I'm just theory fighting. It is Akuma. Also, that was TM. I should have got more hype for that. Oh, that was a punish. Ken accidentally hit Akuma on the ground while he was attacking on the way up with jump forward or whatever. Jump roundhouse. It's definitely jump roundhouse and not jump forward. Ooh, he's playing this well. Cute. Oh, he was expecting heavy. It's like 1, 3, or 5 parries, I think. I don't even know. The thing is that usually, I think that's counting the startup hit of the Tatsu. So I don't even know if that was medium or heavy. Yeah, good. Never mind, it's not good. It was too far away. Akuma's actually in a really good position here. It looks pretty even, but Akuma's meter was more useful. Nice. Super good punish. He got a fake connect like DP though, so not a whole lot of damage on that. Lip parry into nothing. It was probably lip parry into another parry. Ouch. I don't know anything about a Dragon Quest movie. I think there was discussion at one point to make a Dragon Quest V movie, right? That's just a telling of Dragon Quest V. And I think there was either a successfully made or an attempt to make Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 into a movie. But I don't know anything about that. It makes me happy when other countries fail at making movies about fucking things that should just succeed. Whoa, we're already in. Is it Dragon Quest V that we're talking about? Is it that movie? Dragon Quest 4 and 5 both have a lot of moments that feel like they're almost parodies of RPGs. And I mean that in a good way, it's funny. Nice punish. It's kinky. I just looked. Oh.
ちょっと確認を取りたいんですけども、あそこ主催者の
Dragon Quest without Toriyama is disgusting.
あ、確かに。進みましたね。ということは松田さん2回戦進出
ですね。
あー、これ優勝ありますよ。
ありますね。
I want to watch. Don't get me wrong. But I don't want to click away from this ton maniacs. If they're just on the FGC translated, I'll see them later.
さあ4番筐体やってますかね。
あ、まだやってますね。4番筐体移せますかね。
I've never played Nier or Drakengard, but I've got plans to play all of them eventually. I know that a lot of people say Drakengard. Ah, Drakengard seems to be the most, like, split game series ever. I've heard so many people say they're truly, like, perfect games, and I've heard so many people saying they're garbage. I don't know what the fuck to think. Why wouldn't it just open? That looks fine to me, but I would prefer Toriyama or something. I don't remember the main character of Dragon Quest V's name. He is named. They name drop him in Dragon Quest 6. It might be like Madchen or something, or maybe Madchen's one of the kids. I always just hard kick there. Hard uppercut's cool. I should do that instead. No quick stand there because he could have jumped over for an unblockable. No quick stand there because Oro did the super right before Dudley landed, and his down tap was during the freeze, so the game didn't register it. And then in order to actually get the quick stand, he had to down tap after the freeze, which was only a few frames. Quite difficult to do. It's possible to time your supers so that it's almost impossible for the opponent to get a quick stand. It's rarely discussed. Yeah, that's very non-Dragon Quest, isn't it? Dragon Quest is fundamentally very whimsical, I feel. Whatever, the Zenithian sword has a fucking shitty design, to be honest. I feel like it shouldn't have been. It should have been a better Zenithian sword and not Lotus sword, but you know. I feel the same way about hearing Lotus sword getting shoved into the game as I feel about Pyramid Head getting shoved into the fucking Silent Hill 1 movie. I think you can still do ducking upper with hard kick. I don't think there's anything about it. Is this like an Oro team? I'm watching intently. Look forward, cancelled the fireball. Cancels to fireball are almost useless. They don't really do anything. They're cool for the pushback, and they're cool because they let you put fireballs in places where you wouldn't normally be able to do them. Alright, what's the setup? Huh? Very cool. I didn't know that was a thing. He did that without the corner. That's probably Dudley specific. Granted, I think because he did uppercut there, I wouldn't be surprised if he couldn't do another stand strong after it. So you probably have to end with uppercut, which makes it not super ideal. Hey, that's true. Super. Got the quick stand. It's quite scary to jump out of the corners, Dudley. Oh, nice on block. Alright, this could be it. He's lacking a little on the meter. Okay, okay. EX would have maybe stunned. Or very close anyway. Whereas neutral is fine against Dudley. Ooh, backdash into forward was good. Super? No, he doesn't have it. That was very nice. I learned something too. That doesn't happen very often anymore. Dragon Quest VI would never get a movie because Dragon Quest VI is the third, probably the second least popular Dragon Quest game. The childhood stuff is the best part of Dragon Quest V. It's funny. It's funny and it's endearing. I don't want to spoil Dragon Quest V or anything, but probably the saddest part of the entire game happens during the child section, and also a lot of the cutest parts of the whole game. Dragon Quest V is an adventure. I've deliberately not played it on stream. Of course, I've beaten it by myself. Nice unblockable setup. Bianca end. Whatever. As far as I'm concerned, that's canon. Whoa. We'll never know what happened there. Plot twist, it was a double jump. I don't like far forward at all versus Chun-Li. Or fireball when Chun-Li has super. Was Deborah even in the movie? Because Deborah wasn't in the old game. She was added, I think, for the DS version. I don't think she was in the Super Nintendo version. It's probably going to beat him. That normal is not especially fast, and that super is especially fast. If it was close forward, Oro would have won, I think. But he got far forward. Super. Hard to quick stand. He gets a 50-50 here. Whoa, what was Chun-Li doing? Crouch face super into EX Fireball? Roundhouse EX Fireball? Whoa! If he didn't do the jump there, he actually had the kill. The jump roundhouse was kind of weird. In fact, if that close forward hit, which it could have, because he still had juggle potential, could have ended too. She's going to try and jump him out. Let's go, Justin! Super. Yep, this looks good. Blockable. Or that. Good shit. Yeah, that's what it looked like. I was just surprised he even tried to jump out. Or he tried to do anything but block, rather. It's not too bad. I mean, it's still an overhead. And call it so much as a mix-up mix-up, unless you're talking about the Chun-Li failing to jump out, which was a no mix-up mix-up. Cool, I do that too. The towards strong I don't really like there, but he had a cool setup out of it, so it's whatever. Ooh. Super 2 versus Yun. And an unblockable setup. Pretty weird one. Not super rewarding, but, you know, it was unblockable. That's quite good. Honestly. Oh, it was nothing. And the sub. That reset, I don't know what the purpose of it is. It theoretically allows a parry out, but the parry is mind-bogglingly difficult. Nice. Super good read. Oh my god, risky. He's parry fishing. Scary. Wow. That looked like it caught a backdash. Oro is very tech rich. I know a lot about this character, but there's definitely a lot I don't know. Super? Not even. I like how he used EX Stomp. That move kind of sucks. It is invincible though, I think. But the hitbox could be a lot better than it is. Good shit, Oro, huh? They're boozing. Japanese people have alcohol? Evil Ken versus Akuma. Suge. I see no harm in universal air throws in this game. Anything that compound mix-ups is cool in this game. Air throws are particularly interesting in this engine because there's, you know, a mix-up midair. Nice. Kuma doesn't throw ground fireballs that often. You gotta be lucky to get a jump on one. Nice close fierce. Ooh. You got a lot of time to link the super after far stand strong. It's like a 3-frame link into super or 4 or something. Or like 5, I forget. It's like a lot. Oh. I don't even know if that was punishable at all. That's true. And SF5 left no room for oversights. Yeah, there have been some bad oversights too. Is that a car throw? Maybe. It's so weird to see Ryu do torts fierce in this game. Wake up, donkey kick. That was probably not on purpose. Oof. Oof. This is gonna have a unique juggle though. He lost a little bit of damage on the Shinshoryu because the third hit never connected. Because of the high connect. And also his juggle was unique because Ken was so high up. So he just did an air normal, which are probably the easiest to time. Actually, donkey kick is probably the easiest to time. I don't know. Getting a Tatsu is surprisingly hard. Three's quite good. That was low forward into low parry again. Reminder that cancels into EX Fireball are safe on block and safe on parry, but unsafe if the opponent blocks the first hit of EX Fireball and red parries the second hit. find that really amusing.
かなりお互いいい感じに溜まっていって接戦の予想ですね。使い切らずでもちょっとずつ溜めていってるという感じですね。お上手確定反撃パニッシュメント志村
Juggles being an accident's almost certainly true. Because in World Warrior, the way that there's only like a couple juggles in the entire game, and the really prominent one is a very obvious bug. I think it was Dalsim. There's like some character where when you knock them over, you can still hit them while they're being knocked over. Like they never lose the hurt box while they're in their like knockdown animation. I think it's Sim. So a lot of characters could get like sweep into another button.
いい試合でした。かなりの名シーンですよ今の。クーペのPV で今あってもおかしくないなっていうぐらいの。さあそしてカゲッチ。2人目の運営。座るのは2人目の運営の方ですね。さあミスター e スポーツその2が出てきましたね。さあ最近職場でしたという。ミスター e スポーツカゲッチ。
Shinshouryu is pretty hype. One of the more hype characters in this game. Anyone who has one of them hard to land big beefy attacks is pretty hype. Oof. Just ate a whole bunch of fierces in a row. What's that dizzy bar? Ryu is very interesting. He's a well-balanced character. Most of his matchups are 5-5s with a couple 6-4s and 4-6s thrown in. He does pretty well even against the top tiers. Ken versus Ryu is like pretty close. Ryu versus Chun-Li is still okay. I think that's 6-4 in Chun-Li's favor. Ryu versus Yon is alright. Probably 6-4 as well in Yon's favor. He doesn't really smash most of the low tiers either. I don't know how it's working. It's 3v3. So it's definitely a team battle. That chip's looking pretty scary. Yep, there we go. Universal Overhead's really good when it can kill. Nice. That's an option select, empty cancel, Snare House. You got it? Very nice. Short and simple. High damage. Oh, he went for the TC instead of going for the double low short into super. Double low short into super might have killed. I couldn't tell you about Alex, but generally speaking, the third strike is by far the most balanced of the three versions of SF3. The characters got really ironed down. We live in an era of hotfixing. I feel like we can have open-ended games. SF5 didn't need to be open-ended because if anything truly disgusting was discovered, it could just be patched. I think it's a lot better to leave things open-ended and just like patch the really unfun stuff. That used to be impossible back in old fighting games, but now it's like a very feasible thing to do. I've heard it said, I don't know that well in Generation and Second Impact, but I've heard it said that Ken was a like unquestioned top tier. No, how does it go? No, like a mid tier in New Generation. Ken was apparently a mid tier in New Generation, apparently a like high tier in Second Impact, and a top tier in Street Fighter 3, and he had almost no changes across all three games. So he just got better because all the characters better than him got worse. Which is a pretty clean example of the game getting more balanced over time. There probably are some characters who were just low tier in all three versions. But actually, the system mechanics changed quite a bit between New Generation and Second Impact to Third Strike. So it's kind of hard to predict what was going to happen. There was like different Gene stuff in Second Impact. It was actually not as broken as it is now. Maybe it would have been with more time. But Yan had different special moves in New Generation and Second Impact. Some of his special moves were added in Third Strike to further differentiate him from Yang. Yang had no slashes until Third Strike. Isn't that a funny thought? Yang didn't become a Rekka character until 3S. Is that true, or did he have them in Second Impact? I feel like he didn't. He definitely didn't have them in New Generation. There's some TCs that got removed too. Maybe he had them in Second Impact. I'm lying. We just didn't have them in New Generation. Ooh, very nice. That was risky too. Oh, he's dead. Genki didn't even parry the last hit. He was playing it mega safe. He's like, fuck this. We'll win the safest way imaginable. You always parry the last hit there. It's weird to see someone not do it in high level play. Oh, you know, I think that's it. The last hit changed animation. That sounds familiar. What's something really wacky? Or didn't have chicken combo until Third Strike. Or he didn't have it from a grounded connect. He had it from midair connect only. In Second Impact, every single character juggles like twins do now. Deadly Thunderbolt is one of the more well-known ones. But it's not a huge change for him functionally because he didn't use it before, and he still doesn't use it now because it doesn't exist. 2 stocks of Denshin is pretty wacky. The entire character of Shauna is probably the weirdest thing. Someone who's never seen Second Impact. Chun-Li can super that. Oh, she didn't have the super. I was mixing them up, like I always do. I'm fine about it when I'm playing, usually. When I'm watching. That's gonna hit. He's safe. Oh, that's super, super deep. Stand fierce. But then the EX chop just fully whiffed. That's sad. Ibuki was top tier in New Generation and Second Impact. She was probably top 1 in both games. Although from what I've heard, they're actually for different reasons. Second Impact Sean would be probably one of the best characters in Third Strike from what I can tell looking at him. He's better than Ken. Third Strike Ken. So if you want another character who's better than Third Strike Ken in the game, then that's okay. His hitboxes were a lot better. He had more typical Shoto normals. So already just slap on Ryu's Ken's normals onto like another character and not Sean's shitty normals that look like them. His TC led to super all the time, and his super 3 had 2 stocks instead of 1. So he had much better super confirms than he has now. There are a couple other things. He had a Kara. He had a move that built meter on its first frame, and so he could Kara that into Stand Fierce. It was like Stand Strong into Stand Fierce. I don't even know, or Stand Strong into Back Fierce or something. He could do his close fierce anywhere on the screen, and it whiffed pretty quickly. And because it built the meter of 2 normals. I don't actually know the mechanism behind it because I've never opened up Second Impact to try it. But he could meter build literally at double the rate of every other character. Why am I watching this nothing? Someone should speak up whenever I start doing that. Third strike Sean. I mean, third strike Ibuki is extremely balanced. Is that Tomi? It is. Matsuken. This is a high-profile match. These are two of the best third strike players. Two of the most enduring third strike players, anyway. I remember hearing in the 2000s that Matsuken was in his 40s, so how old is he now? Okay, it might have been like 2010. Okay, Matsuken was like 42 or something. That guy can't be 50. Look at him. No way. I know Japanese people always look super young, but like that guy simply cannot be 50. Dashiken is at best a candidate for best Ken. Best player, I would never say that. Damn it, fucking white people age so fast, it's not fair. I'm already losing my hair. I had a comment on one of my videos recently that said I sounded 50. I thought it was funny. Oh, good punish. No, he broke up with her. It's funny that you remember that, though. They had different aspirations for their futures. But looking at my brother's aspirations for his future, I don't even know what the fuck they are. Ooh. Lots of hits and the optimal juggle. He didn't have two DPs there no matter what. How does Tomi always know? Oh. This is okay. I have mixed feelings about that whole sequence. Usually double super 2 is used to get the highest possible damage conversion, which it was there. That was the max damage Makoto could have gotten out of that, from what I can tell. Yamada.
長山に乗り込んできてデシケロも返り討ちにしたという。これはそしたら体験に関してはもう圧倒的な強さを誇っているヨモダ。剣戦にバランスのそうです定評にある。そうですね。剣戦のヨモダといっては過言でないぐらい、そのぐらい剣戦には勝率は高い勝利を誇っている。本人も当然ね
Anyway, the max damage from Makoto there wasn't going to kill. But, you know, getting the max damage anyway and spending the Exos meter anyway wasn't necessarily a bad idea. Nice. Oh, yup. Dudley can react to the blocked rows and then get his pressure. So that's just generally a bad idea. It's a hard uppercut like that. Oh no! That normally doesn't fall out like that. He got it really far away. That was crutch jab. Dudley's almost invariably use crutch short over crutch jab. Jab might have a little bit more range. They're very interchangeable, but jab can be high parried and short can't, so. Oh. That's usually the big difference between them. Got him? Got him. It was the light super though, so he missed one of the hits. Okay. One block into red parries was how Ken could win that, but he missed it. Getting the red parry post freeze was super, super precise. One frame. It would have been 2 or 3 after getting one block. Just Mr. Shirokuro. It's Michael Tan. Who does Shirokuro play? I feel like it's a Shoto, but I can't remember who. Probably Ryu. Or Ken or something.
休暇を与えられたはずが出番が来ました。出番が来ました。やっぱり休日出勤してっていうことで。チームマツケンはですね、有給とかないんで、基本的に学校総裁の出なんで急に呼ばれるのがデフォルトです。さあマイケル、堅実に立ち回っていく。ヨモダも堅実なのでこれ以上ダメージはもらわないでしょう。ここは冷静に立ち回って、おわ歩きかになかなか豪快な読み合いですね。豪快な読み合いでしたね今のもあえてのカニ。
I feel like UMBC3 has a lot of really impossible to ignore problems with its fundamental design, and Marvel Infinite came out with an entirely separate set of impossible to ignore problems. You need a lot of active frames to beat Chun-Li's Wake Up EX Bird. It's not invincible till it hits, but it's invincible enough that you need something with lots of active frames, which towards Roundhouse apparently doesn't have. God bless dive kick, which can be learned in an afternoon. Oh.
とりあえずもうヨモダは何が何でも勝たなければいけない。そう。さあまずはマイケルか。この次の一本は使うか使わない。まあ当然今のはまだ殺しきれないということでこの一本大事に取ってある。
Nice walk, legs. You got a really long buffer for that. It works the same way as charge partitioning, minus the ability to freeze the timer by holding something. But it's way longer. You've got about twice the amount of time that charge partitioning has. Yeah, people put in quarters. Generally, people didn't lab, or they just labbed in match. I did most of my labbing in match because I played the arcade version of this game. I never had training mode until like years and years and years later, and I play a character who's very lab happy. I just did my labbing while beating on noobs. Step 1, be so good that the opponent is rendered a dummy. Step 2, practice on your new dummy. Nostalgic for Smash 4? That surprises me a bit, because it was so recent, and because I feel Ultimate is pretty similar to it. I feel like Ultimate is generally... I'm not a fucking Smash player, so my opinion is worth shit, first of all. But in every way that the two seem to be dissimilar, I like the way Ultimate does things better. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised that people will be nostalgic.
さあ勝利はマイケルタン白黒マツケンです。さあこれでベスト4まで来たのかなこのチームは。はい。まだ一番兄弟が一番兄弟やってみましょう。
Is that an Oro? Oh boy. Win Oro win. He's winning right now.
ちなみにこの
Oh, that was a nice little shimmy. And he's doing that ender. Oh, we missed his little setup. It was just the Kuroda instant air medium kick. Ooh. That might have been punishable by EX uppercut. He didn't try it, but it might have been. I wouldn't have tried it. I would have done the same parries and also gotten beaten up. And I would be dead here. All of those things would have happened to me. EX uppercut might have worked on that wake up meaty super as well. The Meta Knight players fondly remember Brawl. Very scary. Brawl wasn't even that fun casually, to be honest. I played Brawl a lot casually. I probably played it more casually than any other Smash. And I've got to say that the poor balance could be felt by anyone, and so could things like fucking tripping. Sakurai, we ruined the game for everyone so that we could ruin it for pro players. Is the Oro team out?
プレクーペでユンファイル5カット恐ろしいことしてるんですけど恐ろしいですねそれマジで恐ろしいですそのアブがですねこのチーム対処をおそらく張るんでしょうそんな中でやっぱ RX はユリアかなりきついと思うんで、そこで攻守がしっかり勝てるかどうかというのがかなり最終的な重要になってくるところのカードの一つかなと思ってます。そしてこの先鋒戦これもまた重要なんですが国威対チャコ太郎というユリアンでスタートです。国威さんはおなじみの新勝龍拳、この新勝龍が飛び出すのかどうかというところですね。鏡を越えたかったがちょっと引っかかった。
Look at that medium kick through the mirror. Love seeing shit like that. Seeing the little ways that every character deals with being back behind a mirror. He called it EX Sokuto. Sokuto Geri. Nice. I have mixed opinions on items. I like seeing all the shit they snuck into the game. But damn, assist trophies are so good. Smash balls were really notable. And final smashes. That started with Brawl, right? I think so. Nice punish, nerd. Obviously, some Smash balls are super good and some are super useless. I never got Landmaster and failed to get a bunch of kills, to be honest. But that's maybe because my friends suck. Meanwhile, if I was playing Puff, which I did a lot, I almost never got a kill with a fucking Smash ball. When I played Ganondorf, I got exactly one kill with Smash Ball because I could confirm it. I could just do side B, and if it worked, I could fucking smash on reaction, final smash on reaction, and it would combo. Not only do Smash Balls create a horrible system of balance because some characters are ridiculously good and some characters are ridiculously bad at chasing them, but the final smashes themselves create bad balance. Because some are super easy to avoid and some are super hard to avoid. And that's true for other items as well. Obviously chasing a Smash Ball is very character dependent. But just getting to an item first is like a huge thing. DDD can't reach an item as fast as like fucking Fox.
はい、RX に対して3枚でいけると。そうですね。総力戦でいけるんで、これはかなり大きなアドバンテージになりますね。さあ、ここはチャコ太郎優勢。最後はテリプル。チャコ太郎優勢です。押していってますね。さあ、ブツブツ何年かつぶやいてましたけれども、林さん、ああいう時ってこの選手は
EX mirror. Something you have to parry twice.
なんか自分をこう
That's how they did it in Ultimate, right? It's like basically a rage meter. Oh, that kind of rage meter. I was picturing just pure comeback mechanic. Die a bunch, get final smash.
僕の場合はなんかどのカメラ映ってるかなみたいな感じなんですけど。さあ、攻守が得意のエリア戦で爆死しそうな。爆死しちゃった。爆死してしまいました。さあ、これで RX 一人部隊一人を。
Koshin is so good. It's RX? My body's ready. I thought they were saying Alex. RX.
ほぼ一人の力でいってます。その時はRX 杉山のしっかりというチームだったんですけども、杉山0勝ということで、杉山さん0勝。ロシカリはそんなにおそらく勝ってないと思うので、ほぼ RX だけで準優勝しているという。
RX looks nothing like I ever picture him. Every single time I see him, I'm just like, who is this guy? This can't be the fucking Urien god. He looks too ordinary. He looks like a fucking schoolboy. They both look like schoolboys. How's this guy been playing Third Strike for 20 years and he still looks less than 20? Nice. Dash and EX headbutt. Cute little partitioning. I don't know if Urien can duck headbutts. Nice. I imagine he can, but I don't even know for sure. Urien's got an abnormally tall crouch. No quick stand. But wake up headbutt. Frame 1 airborne. Use that to escape the setup. Uh-oh. EX tackle? I failed the EX tackle. Nice mirror placement. Kinda nice. He was gone so quickly. Cool. I think only neutral throw leads to a bounce off the mirror. Whoa, 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 whoa. Unblockable setup. He was too far away. Help. That was forward dash into stand strong, canceled the EX headbutt. There's some wild shit whenever RX plays. Charge moves just come out at the most random times. He's got like, he can use charge moves like other people use motion moves. RX just has permanent charge. Oh, here we go. Yup. Reversal something that wasn't headbutt. That's the classic setup. Oh, he messed it up. People usually parry there. The mirror hit. Red. It's over? Yep. RX is a fucking beauty to watch. He's got to make a reverse 3-0 though. He's got to come back. This ain't easy, even for him. There's apparently a really famous set. I shouldn't say a set. Very famous event where RX was playing casuals at an arcade, and he had like a 130 win streak or something like that, 140 win streak. I forget who broke it, but it was like another extremely big name player. Anti-air back strong fierce, but Urien actually landed first. I don't think Urien can punish a meaty half circle back punch most of the time. Ooh. That was an OS parry. Or not OS. Well, yeah, OS. Parry fishing. Oh, hold on.
況でしたけども、投げたのはアブさん。追い込まれた。
Okay, here I am.
伊賀いぶきがかつておりましたので、本人いぶきさんかなりやってはいるとは思うんですよね。でそして、阿部の方はチームメイトにもチャコ太郎がいるということで、こちらもやはりユリアンさんかなりやっているんじゃないかと。お互い伊吹ユリアンの対戦というのはすごく煮詰めている可能性があります。あとここはアブの連打、おっと始まるか、始まると一旦切って
I got pulled away for a sec. Nice link. Ibuki got the EX uppercut, but missed the link out of it. That only works on a few characters. All ones. Look at that stand strong. EX mirror? Nope. Ibuki didn't believe though. She had a much better punish than that. I think she got far jab when she wanted close jab. Very nice. RX didn't make his big 3-0 comeback. Low tier god is definitely #1 most alpha. Damn, look at that guy on the right. That's someone's grandpa. Is that Mr. MOV? Put the name on, I only saw him for a second. Michael Tan. For like 1 second I saw his face and then I saw the white Chun and I was like, really? Short answer, no. Zabi. If Chun-Li jumped on reaction to that Demon flip, he could have fucked him up. 801 Strider is #1 for sure. The most Chad fighting game player. Gotta be 801 Strider. Alpha and Chad are different things, aren't they? See, I would say that Sonic Fox is definitely not Alpha, but he's definitely Chad. What's his face? Veil side, LCD, L whatever. Tenren. He thinks it's like 6-4 Oro's his favor. But every time I play him, he smashes me, and I'm like not a bad Oro as they go. It seems the game plan is so simple for him compared to me. Oh. That just happened. Ship out super? Yeah, that was going to be cancelled to something into super. Sugiyama's on this team? On the right side. Reversal medium DP. Is that even invincible till it hits? I was thinking about a reversal DP, but it's so... They have such tiny range. I'm not even sure they would have hit Chun-Li's Crutch Fierce there. They're so small for Akuma.
トリーもですね、まあ、南浦は3日のダットリーなんですが、かなりクーベでも前回活躍して、もうダットリー1軍に入れるかもしれないと、そんな噂も聞こえてきます。なるほど。あの黒人が次にオファーをしようとしている男はこの後藤なんじゃないかと、そんな噂も聞こえてきます。
Mewtwo King looks like he could kill you with his brain if he wanted to. Like you say something rude to him and he just fucking turns on his psionics and like fucking shuts down your brain with his.
やってくる度合いもなかなか素晴らしいですね。
Oh, that whiff punish. Did that lose a hit? No. Kind of looked like it did. Cool. Reversal EX legs. Catching a jump. That leg store was kind of cool. Oh, that's it. That's what Mewtwo King looks like. I want to know what's up with his arms. Are they ripped? Does he have really big arms? Oh my god. I never knew. I wonder if that lets him do like fucking sheet combos better. Somehow. I've been near Snake Eyes IRL. I think he's actually quite tall. He's actually one of the taller FGC members. I think he's like over 6 feet. Or like near 6 feet or something. I've met him in person more than once. That stun bar. Oh, there it goes. He got a high connect. He attacked as soon as he could so that he could combo without Chun-Li shaking out, and then did a combo into something very quick upon landing. That was actually super smart. Tasty Steve has short energy. You know what I mean? I have no idea how tall he is, but I just feel short emanating from him. I feel like every funny black guy I've ever seen in my life has been shorter than 5'5". I'm 6'1". It's suffer and be in Chun-Li. At least she has any kind of reversal instead of nothing, which is what half the characters in this game have. Best reversal in the game, it sucks. It's good against Dora's jumping stomp. However, it loses clean to Aura, stands strong.
早尾さん、これで決勝まで来ました。ついに長い長い夏の陣も、ついに決勝です。
Where did the words start?
マツケン護衛隊はいきなり王が出てきました。マツケン登場。そして、アブチームはスターアブが登場と、その強豪同士のつわもの同士の戦いになっております。これキーマンがいきなり出てきたって感じですけれども、2つのチームのキーマンがいきなり
I'm not particularly afraid of like any reversal in this whole game.
多分チュンリーに
Thinking about it.
厳しいと言われているのが多分このイブキだと思うんです。
Reversal supers are probably the only ones I kind of hate because they suck to eat. I'm not super afraid of. Wow, nice. Like Ken wake up EXTP or Ryu wake up EXTP.
に関してはリュウ、ケン両方ともやめしてくれ。なるほど。地上戦強化っていう感じですかね。そうですね。第番、シャギシュバンブロッキング。ここはボンショウのスケに対してチアシ陣内。まずはマツケンペースをリードしていく。抜けて中段。投げて、体的にはマツケン。
Reversal Gigas hurts. See, I'm afraid of that one.
これで削り切っている。
Reversal Shinshoryu, I don't like that one either. Reversal Demon? Reversal KKZ is pretty awful too. By awful, I mean awful for me. Even if I can block in time, which often you can, punishing it's a pain in the ass and it doesn't ass ton of chip. And if you can't block it in time, you just lose like 60% of your health.
前ジャンプ、そういうのを咎めるための立ち中継なのではないかなと思います。はい、ありがとうございます。さあ、そしてこの2ラウンド目に関しては、アブが取り返しているブロッキング。
Oh. I wonder if she could have thrown a knife or not. I don't know if you're allowed to throw a knife if it's parried.
これはですね、早尾さん、ノーマルにしてるあたりが憎いんですよ。ゲージ使ってないんですよね。体力も見ている。
Nice. Third strike training mode damage values. I think the health of Oro is like 140 or something in that. 150, somewhere in that territory. Yeah, that's Gigas. Nice. It's cool seeing a good Ibuki using Super 3.
かなり硬いですね、アブ。
Curious thought. People usually only pull out KKZ like that if it's going to chip out, and it's quite good.
こじ開けましたね。しんどいしんどいと。さあ、お前らが仕事しなければいけないのに、なんで俺が仕事しなきゃいけないの。しんどいしんどいと。老体ですからね、マツケンは。
Even though KKZ is a hella good chip option, it's actually really hard to chip someone with it, just purely because they could move. It's so slow that if you do it right as they're like walking back or dashing back or jumping towards or away, they might just get out of the way without taking any chip.
そうですね。開いたと思ったら開いてないんですよね。そう、開いてないんですよ。
That's the main place you see it. It's pretty much the only place you see it in high level play. Grab reset KKZ.
ちなみにこのケンとユリアもかなりいい勝負と言われているんですけれども、ケン側かなりやっぱりユリアンやりにくいという声がかなり多いですね。
It doesn't work on everyone though. I forget the characters it works on, the ones it doesn't. But it's not a universal combo. Ah, that was short crouch jab super. It sounds weird to say, but I don't think I've ever seen that in my entire fucking life. Almost invariably, it's two shorts if you're gonna only do a 2-hit confirm. And if you're doing a 3-hit confirm, it's short jab short. Or short 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 if you can do that. I don't think you can cancel into KKZ, like at all, from anything. But the KKZ, if you fuck it up, they get chipped, but if you don't fuck it up, it's just a true combo. They can't parry on the way down. Ooh. But it's like a one-frame link. It's like if you do the fastest KKZ, it's a one-frame link to hit the KKZ before they land a one-frame juggle. It's quite difficult. But because they can't hit buttons on the way down, because it's a reset, and because they can't, 2 light kicks is stronger too. I didn't even know that. Nice. Super good conversion. Anyway, your only option to break the combo is a parry, and it's unparryable. Oh, he did it. He messed up again. Matsukin's on some different thing, on some other level. Oh, I don't think he wanted that normal of all normals. I don't know what the fuck he wanted. It was probably close fierce into EXDP at the super or something like that. EX Fireball Super, I don't know. Fireball Super. Akuma's like the nuttiest character on paper. But in practice, he's just pretty good. It's hard to quantify HP. It obviously matters a lot. Characters who have lots of HP. Small differences in a character's HP between patches seem to matter quite a lot in their survivability. But it's hard to look at health versus like tools in any sort of reasonable way. It's easy to compare health to see who would be a better character if you're only looking at health. It's easy to look at tools to see. It's not so easy. It's still hard to look at only tools. Say like these tools versus these tools. I think these tools are better. But looking at one character's tools versus another character's HP. Ugh. I forget the 2 players. It might have been RX versus Boss or something like that. Urien jump roundhouse, stand strong, EX headbutt, tackle, tackle, EX headbutt. That was the combo for the instant dizzy. And then the rest of the combo was like jump roundhouse, crouch fierce, fireball, and I think that killed. So his combo wasn't even done, it was already over. Something like that. I haven't seen that clip in a long time. I need to like rehost every single like highlight. Oh, it was too far. On my channel. So that I can refer back to them and like people will be able to see them. Q does suck dick against Akuma, and I already know where you're going with this. Akuma can fuck up once and die. Unfortunately, usually Q uses SA1 against Akuma because it's just better overall. And that's not as high at burst damage. Super 2 Q can basically melt Akuma in one combo. Super 1 Akuma usually does about 70% or 60%. 70's even a bit much. 60 would be probably accurate. A max damage jumping combo probably does like 70 or 80. But just like, you know, super through an air fireball or something like that, which is more practically how you're going to be landing super. Probably more like 40 or 50. Nice. Good confirm. A command grab will fuck up Akuma too, naturally. Nice slow stally Ken matchup. Was that it? Was that for the whole tournament? Ah, what a great end. I've still got all of 20 minutes, no, 10 minutes before I need to start prepping for work. What can we watch in 10 minutes time?
したか、山さん、結局
Let's
の
watch
ところです
Gutex
ね
and Mike Ross do it big 10 times in a row.
相手の3人は絶対に騙されたんじゃないかと思います。
そうですね、やっぱり
心理読みのアブだったんじゃないかなと思うんですけれども。
ですよね、
はい
多分そうだと思うんですけど、
はい
まさかショー自ら出てくるとは。
そうですね、白黒がですね、
そう
開幕この決勝始まる前に、まあ、
はい
マツケン護衛隊と言っときながらですね、
はい
Tempting.
マツケンを何回も出したと。
Karetsu
言いたいんですけ
replays.
ども
That's good.
あの言い方はもう決勝
Hold
は
up.
先方で
Let's find a nice Honda. It was Kazunoko's Honda that was disgusting. Alright, look at this. This is the best Honda I've seen so far. And honestly, it's very, very disgusting. Look at that. He does more damage doing a blocked light headbutt than Rashid gets back with the fucking low light kick. And Rashid, all of his jabs and stand short whiff against the blocked headbutt. So he literally gets crouch light kick or nothing. Crouch light kick or try to make something out of a like third screen -4 situation, which of course is not easy. It's unreal watching this. Every trade's so favorable too. I wouldn't have even done that. This says tornado, but I read it as tomato. Is it even a good trade? I wouldn't be surprised if we could EX plus slam it or something. Maybe? Honda's a very different creature than Abigail. EX headbutt. EX Tornado already doesn't do that much damage. And if he's armoring one of the hits, that's even less. Or does the Tornado not hit? It must, right? Because he doesn't have any actual invincibility. Honda does feel very much like Honda in this game. Obnoxious safe attacks with lots of chip and the occasional jab. His pokes aren't bad either, to be honest. Crouch Fierce is not that bad in neutral. Swords Roundhouse is not that bad in neutral. Stand Strong and Crouch Strong are actually quite good. This looks so difficult for Rashid. I never thought I'd say that. There goes the trigger. Oh yeah, blocked headbutt into EX headbutt. Nice meme. No, not all these headbutts are the light one, for what it's worth. The light one's the one that's -4, but I think the medium one already is like -6 or -8. These are all the light one. You can just see he's trying to find anything. He found low short. Nice. I don't know. My instinct would say no, since backdashes aren't invincible, and since there's not a huge window between them. You can interrupt the second hit of EX butt slam. But I don't think everyone can. I think it's a some characters kind of thing. The X-Butt Slam, it seems like your best hope is to just try and block the right way. The regular one, you can block the right way and then get some counter pressure.
Round 1. Fight.
Full conversion medium, oh, too early. Full conversion medium spinner on the reaction to the hard punch crush counter. That's quite quick. I think people are going to get better at reacting to it. But the animation is kind of subtle. Honda reaches down and taps the ground before he rushes. It's very slow. It's like 28 frame grab at minimum range. That's, you know, that's one of the slowest command grabs in the whole game. But as of right this second, people aren't reacting to it. I think once Honda's had more time being out, probably the command grab will usually only work during hands combos. Or as an anti-B reversal. Oof. But as of right now, damn, that shit's good. He didn't do the down towards roundhouse, he could have had a combo there. Zangief bear grab is a lot faster. I don't know the actual startup on that one because it's not on this frame data. But he'll grab you as soon as he reaches you once the startup is resolved. And the startup's fast enough. Very nice.
Rashid wins.
Oh, that's it? What's this?
Round 1. Fight.
It's a more subtle motion. Honda doesn't telegraph as much. But it definitely hits faster if Zangief does like a good spacing stand light kick into running bear. Versus Honda, who can't space it. It like has to travel a minimum distance before it'll ever even grab. Oh, also get fucked up.
Round 2. Fight.
Very cool. That dodged the throw. Oh, he's using this VT. Oh, he wasted a use of it. Not that it matters. This trigger doesn't seem bad at all. I don't know yet which one's better. People seem to prefer BT1. I think her BT2 is cooler. Whoa. Oh, baby. Delayed connect tackle into EX uppercut. Momochi's been one of the better Vegeta's I've seen. That's him playing now. For anyone who does not recognize the name. BT2 is so simple for her. I get it, it's the cheaper one, so it's not going to be as good on paper. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what the data is on block or anything. Oh, nice. Only -2? That's pretty good. Poison Cocktail is only -2. And it cancels from any of her special moves. So you can make every single special move safe with it. It's only 2 uses though. I'm doing the poison guide now. Pretty much every poison player seems to be like, what the fuck is the point of the Molotov? Seems okay to me. I think her other one with the grab is probably better. It's hard to say yet. Both of them don't look amazing. It's weird. You would think it would be 3 Molotovs and 2 grabs, but it's 3 grabs or 2 Molotovs.
Final round. Fight.
Ooh, EOS. Oh, it didn't even hit. He had dash in target combo. Very cool little link. Punish? It's like -8, I think. Cool combo. It's my kill. Oh my god. So much for that. Imagine being Momochi right here. Yeah, we're gonna do it next Thursday. I actually played a giant 5-set offline just a little bit ago. I warmed up my Sakura, made my friend hate me. I got to play a bunch of characters too. was doing some Falk for a bit. She's fun. Very nice. Ooh, trade. I bet there's a combo. Probably depends on what she trades with. Spaced light hands. Oh, that's unsafe. I have theorized spaced light hands. Rarely do I see people do it.
Final round. Fight.
Light hand's only like -4 or something. I think so. Nice air throw. Colleen's not so good with those angles behind her head. Uh oh, you could have eaten a super for that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. He blocked. Spaced light hands again. Very interesting jump jab. Oh no! It was too far. I thought about that last time. His crutch jab barely connected after the tackle. If we do the tackle raw like that, you don't have a whole lot of control over it. What distance it connects. You have some. Whoa, no, this one has a poison. That was my last one before I go to work. That didn't go over! Is it because it's a higher than average fireball? It travels over some other fireballs. I guess Poison doesn't have fireball invincibility during her V-skill. She's just got, like, a tall her box. Or raised her box. That sucks. That means she can't go through other fireballs like Simmer Sakura Fireball either. That's not a juggle there. Her juggle is the light version of Love Me Tender. And it seems to be generally pretty good. That's only -2. That was definitely punishable on whiff though. Nice. If that was empty jump, I feel like that wouldn't have hit. Pretty scary.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, anti-air. Poison's low strong seems pretty good as anti-air normals go. It looks a lot smaller than Birdie's, but from what I've seen, it's not really worse. Very nice combo. That seems to be the optimal one bar from what I've tested. It does the most damage and you get some B meter. Oh, really? I think so. No, it didn't even work. What unfortunate timing. If he did it later, it probably would have worked. Yeah, cool link. He wasn't ready with the completion though. I think Poison can actually get short there. There we go, that's it. You can do, I think that wasn't medium, but you can do medium there. You gotta like anti-air that. One thing I noticed is the follow-up attacks also build V meter, which is kind of cool. It's not just the swing itself that builds V-meter, it's all the air normals following. See, that normally like arcs. No, okay, it does have fireball invincibility. Mystery what happened last time. Oh.
Round 2. Fight.
Staying fierce like that, if it's a punish, you can get horse forward hard kick, which leads to an EX. I forget the name of the moves. That thing, that exact thing right there. That's +2. Not a bad combo header. Her medium quarter circle forward punch, quarter circle forward medium punch is also +2, and also pulls the opponent in. So you don't need to spend meter to get that. Oh baby, the combo keeps going. Pretty cool. They went through high fireball this round. Or not this round, this match. Uniclear. Probably not, but I'll pay more attention to it than I did the previous ones.
Wins.
Definitely seems worse at going through high fireballs. I should start prepping for work. It's the sad truth. Unless I see a poison really soon while scrolling down on the right. Okay, I found one. This one's the last one for real though, it's only 5 minutes long.
Fight.
I played them's fighting hurts. I played it once. This seems like a matchup where Poison can shine. Show off her various interesting attributes. If you know what I mean. Kind of a pain that Poison has a few +2 scenarios but doesn't have a 5-frame medium.
Round 2.
That'd be real nice for her.
Fight.
Like if you do like EX pull in into stand medium punch or low medium punch, the opponent can do a 3-frame jab and beat you. It feels like that shouldn't be. Speaking of Sakura with her +2 hard Tatsu. That leads to my lovely Stand Strong. Whoa. How on earth? Okay, that's gonna work. He actually just had like a lot of things that would kill that weren't that. How'd he let that fireball just rock? Why didn't he hit like medium kick or something? Crouch fears anything. Ooh, cool. That fadeaway stand medium kick. I bet he was ready to cancel that. Yeah, it seems to be B from what I found. Even just a core circle back whip into towards command grab is actually super duper scary from BT2 poison. Oh.
Round 2. Fight.
Try the shimmy. Build some slow range. Sim's not having it. Damn, she respected.
Final round. Fight.
Whoa. Nice throw. Poison's low forward super cancels, but doesn't special cancel. There aren't that many moves like that in Street Fighter 5. Oh, my god. Nice. Sees those. Those are annoying to get out of. That's a real grab. Alright, now I gotta go for real.
Win.